Right, I'm going to, while I'm waiting, I'm going to put the link in the chat. Oh, put the link. Not like that, I'm not. Wait till social media catches up. Oh, I can see a few people have come on. Hello all. Evening all. Lee Ashby here, Motocross and Spear Memories. Hope you're all good. Looks like I've got to get a lot of you clicking on this already. I've just literally put it in there. Look, you've got to click on the link. Anyone that comes in on Facebook, you're coming through okay, Kevin? So that's how it should look. I've got someone there, look. Hello, there's not working. There's one there that says Brap, not working. One that says yo. Another says yo, not working. So basically, I've put a post, look, in the link. You click on that and it gives your Facebook permission, like Stephen's here. Hi, Stephen. Evening, Mr. Shales. So that's how it looks, look, if you don't register it. Basically, it's just a privacy thing. I've just put that in there. Now I'm going to put it in my own one as well, just so that you can just click straight on it and hopefully click on that and it just gives you privacy permission. Hello, Keith. So Keith's all sorted. Look, that's how it should look. So I can quote you. Are you live on YouTube as well? Yes, I am, Kevin. So I'm live on my Facebook page, my Facebook group, my own Facebook, my Motocross Twitter, and my Motocross and Spear Memories YouTube as well. I'm live on that as well. So I'm just posting another link as well. So if you're not, hopefully all you guys and girls will click on this link so that I can see who I'm talking to on Facebook. I've just clicked another one in there, look. So Mr. Shells is all right, all good, buddy. Hi, Sue, you're all sorted on YouTube. Just checking if I'm signed in. Yeah, you're all good on YouTube. Hello, Anne. Hope you're good. Hope you're all right. Yours is all good. Shane's is all sorted. How you doing, buddy? Not sure who that is, but yeah, that was really cool. Amazing videos, eh? Hopefully that's a birthday Floppy won't forget in a while or forever, hopefully. Definitely, I've saved all the videos, let alone hopefully he has. Madness, eh? Pretty cool. So yeah, anyone that coming in on Facebook, you can either just click out of this video and then you click on the post. There's a blue link. You click on there, it gives you Facebook privacy to use your profile and your picture and otherwise it comes through like that. So I won't be able to quote you in person to Neil. Right there, look, there's one there. There's another one there. This is how it should look. Once you've clicked on it, okay, you have to do it every time as well. It's really annoying. Not sure who that is, but hi. So hopefully they'll click on it as well. Not sure who that is, but hello. Hopefully you guys can get these sorted. Mr. Norris. I'm starting to get back to normal now, mate, after the old getting rid of that COVID for a week. So I'm hoping when I go and take some motocross pictures tomorrow, I won't be in absolute state. Hopefully I'll have a bit of energy, buddy, because I'm going to need it because I'm at Fox Hill on Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday as well. So that's a feet killer for sure. It should be exciting. Hope you're good, buddy, and hope you had an amazing birthday on Sunday. And hope you enjoyed the cool videos. They're very cool. Talking about cool videos, this man did one for us as well. Much appreciated. Sorry I wasn't... I think he means wasn't good enough. I could not make the pace in my ear at Paul. Sorry, Neil Middleditch. We'll pass that message on. Sean, I'm sure you were better than you thought. Not sure who that is, but hopefully they can link it up. Awesome. Getting all those legends to do birthday wishes for Rory. Yeah. Teamwork makes the dream work, eh, Ellie? Ellie come to me with the idea. There's my partner in crime, look. Mrs. Norris. And she come to me with the idea, and yeah, I thought it was absolutely brilliant. Yeah, thankfully it all went to plan. I was sort of hoping to get a few cool ones, and then it just went on and on and on. And then all the legends I got hold of all the legends, and they were really nice. So it just shows you how much Flop is thought of by all those legends. So it's super cool, isn't it? Yeah, 100%. Need one of your hats, mate, before the season to rep you, buddy. Yes, mate. We can sort that out. Not sure who that is. Daniel Bobby Anderson. Hopefully you can click on the link. Look, I've got one in. I've wrote one in the some of the comments, or you can just literally, if your name is not showing up, look, you can just come out of this video, click on the link in the post, and then come back in, and it should be sorted. No problem at all. Ellie, that's why I want to get. That's why I want to get a sponsor from the energy drink. This is about as good as my jokes get, by the way. Because I want when I try and do something, I try and do it relentless. So, yeah, that's how bad my jokes are. Relentless energy drink should hook me up. Because when you go, you got to go relentless, eh? So, what does everyone think then? What questions we got tonight for Mr. Middleditch? Midlow, as everyone knows him. And how will my interview I'm doing this year? Yeah, no worries, mate. Just message me if you're doing the. Yeah, I just saw that come up on my phone. My daughter Sophalina's there tonight. Swindon Town are playing in the whatever they call that cup now for the League 2 and 1. Just said Swindon come out. Just come up on my phone. Hey Dave, how's it going, buddy? Yours is all good, so I can see Dave. Hope you're good. I knew what you meant, mate. 1-0 up, Swindon boys. Hey, got Dad there, look. The Dad there, as you can see. Steve Irvin. Done all these cool ones. Look, got Javi up there. He sent me. Got to get that in a frame. Got Michael Lee. Eric Gunderson's been hidden by my dad because I've got the original one there, which I've got to get sorted. Just behind me, look, you can see Bruce Pennell as well. Very, very cool these are. So if you want to get hold of Steve Irvin, look, he does loads of them. He's on Facebook. He can hook you up. Very, very cool. Love them. So I've got loads of questions in front of me. Got loads of cool pictures to show Midlow and get into it. So many things I've already been learning already that I didn't actually know. I didn't know that he had a motocross shop. Didn't know any of those things, which is bizarre. How did I not know that? I don't know. Midlow, he keeps going. Mega team manager. He knew the boys. I'm going to have to ask him tonight. How many titles is it he's won now as a manager? It's got to be a lot. And how many years has he been doing the managing now? It's got to be a lot as well, hasn't it? I wonder if he's been counting. We'll soon find out because we're going to be testing him. Got to ask him that. Happy for you to get some questions on in the comments now so I can see him. So I'm going to show Sean Tacey's comment to him when he comes on. Hope you're all good. You're all recovered as well, Mr. Norris. Well, I should say Mr. and Mrs. Norris from your birthday celebrations. It's not so cool now when we get older, is it? Hey, if you have a drink, if I had a proper drink, it'd take me about 2 weeks to get all right again. Oh, let alone a night or two. It's probably why I don't bother drinking, I think. Okay. Sue. Hello, Sue. Oh, I actually have a serious question. What does Neil think about Bomber's views in the Speedway Star? I haven't seen the Speedway Star. Is this from... Because it normally comes out, is it Wednesday, Thursday? Has he said something in last week's Speedway Star? Let me know. Exactly. 23 trophies, I guess. I'm still in bed. Well, I'm glad you're in bed watching my ugly mug. Beard's getting quite long as well. Can even nearly borderline brush it. I look weird with a hat on the normal way round. I'm supposed to be trying to, it always looks like I'm trying to be one of the young lads, but I used to have that on. I had my hat round like this when I was living a teenager, and I just can't get out of the habit. You never know about competition. Plus, I spent so much time Not sure you put man up. Hopefully you're going to register your name so we can see who you are. Like I said, you can go through the comments and you should see a link that I've posted in there that you need to click on to give you a privacy permission. Okay, so it was in last week's, was it? So Mr. Bomber Harris said something in the Speedway Star last week. Hopefully Midlow's, you'd have to remind me at that time when I ask him that then. We need a Leash. I know Adara. Who's Lee Ashley? Barbie and beers. On you, my friend. Do you mean on you? Jesus Christ, it's 1-1 already. Swindon Town are playing, is it Arsenal under 21s or under 23s or whatever it is at home in the Johnston Paint Trophy? It's too good to be true. I don't know if anyone saw Swindon's thing at the weekend. We played that, the famous Wrexham now, where they got the famous owner and all that. And we were only 4-1 up away from home and drew 5 each, conceding 2 goals in injury time as well. Absolute madness. Madness. So we're going to ask Midlow then about this last week's Speedway Star. So that'd be interesting. I hadn't read it as well, even though I speak to my man most days, Mr. Brian Burford, who writes in there. Let's have a look at this then, Kevin, before he comes on. Hi, Liam Midlow. Can you ask Neil back in the 84-85 seed, I think it was. Being a racist fan then as him and JD were always locked up their arms inseparable. Did they travel up from Dorset to March in the same van? I'll ask that then, Kevin. I know they're very good mates. I think I've got a couple of cool pictures of them together as well. So I'll ask him. Only I could get the comments like this on a live before the guest comes on. My missus just said the dog has just stepped my curry. There's a story to this. We've got our my brother and my sister-in-law's dog for the week because my mum double booked herself. Oh, nightmare. So yeah, we've got a lurcher dog and it's like an assassin. Oh no, I left 3 pieces of cheese on toast on the side the other day and she had it, Florence, and forgot myself, went to the toilet and come back and she'd had the whole lot, just a bit of ketchup left on the floor. And then the other day we come down and she had the lid all off the bin and in the bin. Laney's fuming, her curry's just been eaten by the dog. Oh God. Oh, okay, see. I'll have a quick look now then, shall I? Oh, just had a message of Midlow as well. Right, so I'm just looking at these pictures. Oh, I remember that, Sue, the one you sent me as well. Those lovely, I don't know if you can see that, the coastal jackets. Is that the Swindon Robin ones or is that the John Davis ones? Right, here we go. So I'm just looking. Chris Harris asked questions about British Speedway and comes up with a few answers. Okay, big hopes. See him in his Glasgow gear. Okay, thanks, Sue. So we'll ask him about that then. So hopefully, I know. More worried about where she'll go. Oh dear, what a nightmare. Laney's going to be really angry. Glad I hadn't had my pasta that she's making me for after. Hi Frank, you're all sorted on Facebook, buddy. How's it going? You're all set up on Facebook. I can see you, so that's all good. 4D's in the house. Hopefully you can get registered. Hopefully you can click on the link so we can see your name on there as well. That'd be good. Don't forget, I've clicked, if you go through the comments, I've got one in there somewhere that all the guys and girls on Facebook, if you click on that link on there, it will register your name officially. It's just about privacy, or you can actually come out of this video, click on the link in the post, and then come back in, and it should be done. Then I can see who you are. So you're all good, Frank? Mr. Graham Hurray, good evening. How are you? I see, spoke to Paul the other day because he was going to do a video for Floppy, bless him, and had massive problems, hasn't he, with all his teeth and all that. So hopefully I'm going to message him again. Hopefully he's all right. I know he's got antibiotics and all that, but sounds not good. What can I say? Neil Middleditch. Haha. Remember Neil meeting him for the first time on my honeymoon where we were with John Davis. Great bloke is Neil. Wears his heart on his sleeve and was always good with Paul. Brilliant. I'll mention that to him when he comes on. Hope you're good, Graham. Oh, and another Speedway man as well, Mr. Sean Courtney. How's it going, buddy? I can see you as well, so that's great. I can see your profile. Hope you're good. Bloody good, the Courtneys. Gonna have to get you on as well, buddy. Fancy coming on? Doing a bit of an interview would be good. Oh, by the way, everyone, just to let you know, this Thursday when I'm supposed to be doing Rick Miller is now been moved to a week Thursday. So I'm not doing Rick Miller this Thursday night now, 7 p.m. It's going to be the following week. So that is calendar. Not the 24th now, this Thursday, the following one, 31st, because I spoke to Rick. I've had a good chat with him the other day on text. He's a really nice guy. Didn't realise, again, loads of information about him. That his dad was editor of Motocross Action magazine that I used to get when I was a kid. So I found out quite a few things about him. I cannot see you. No. So if you try it, just come out of this video, look on the post on Facebook when you'll see me anyway, and then you'll see, if you click on the post, you'll see there's like a little blue link. Click on that, it says Summit StreamYard. Click on that and it should register yourself. Glad you're all good, Sean. How's Mr. Middleditch getting? He's gone past his 2-minute time allowance now. I've just messaged Neil saying you're on 2 minutes, and he said to me, what time was he said to me about testing it? Can I click on it before if it works? I'm shit with PCs. But he already asked me that when I was on. I said you're on 2 minutes, and he put okay. Hopefully you can get on in a second. I said you're on 2 minutes. Midlow. Oh, damn, I should have had my stopwatch on that he always has. I always had that at football as well around my neck. Referees hated it. Do that, Lino. And then they do like they did the other night a couple of times where they do that, like they did to Swindon. They scored in about the 4th or 5th minute of intro and the referee blows up full time. You do that. I had enough time for that, did you? Of course you did. The cynic in you. Well, I can't get fined anyway from the Wiltshire FA anymore. It's been a while now. Kept away from the football since the COVID. Only 17 years of it, which is a lot for my age. I know I'm 46 now, but that's 2 years ago. I know. UK time, Mr. Hobbs. Can't even share my cool news from you either, can I? Damn. Got to keep it on the grapevine and all that. Yeah, so hopefully Midlow can get sorted out. I did ask him to click on at 1:15, but I'm gathering he's having a couple of issues. I just told he was on 2 minutes, so I reckon he's excluded now. Oh, just had a message from Frank, who's on tonight. Danish man, Frank Sorensen. Can you remember, I used to love Per Sorensen at Swindon? Brian Carger, of course. Just trying to think, what other Danes we had? What other Danes did we have? Alf Busk. Loved Alf Busk. I've had him on an interview as well. So he just sent me that, look. He said, hi Lee, yesterday I got another seat for my Speedway collection. Maybe you'll recognise it. That looks cool to me. Check that out. Beautiful, Frank. Nice bit of memorabilia that is, eh? Pity I didn't see that. We could have done a Speedway raffle on that one. I'm looking for cool memorabilia to do a raffle would be really cool. Peter Kilderman, you'd like to see him, would you? Oh yeah, as in like Danish. Yeah, of course he was. Yeah, Danish Swindon. Used to love Peter, all action, wasn't he? And then I remember so many times I was there with my brother and we were up on the top, on the back straight on the bank, and you're like, yeah, Peter's miles out in front, flat out on the boards, well, the air fence. And then all of a sudden we look round, we just heard the crowd go, ooh, we looked round and Mr. Kilman was in the air fence when he was about half a lap in front. Because he just used to ride flat out no matter how far he was in front. Hang on. Yeah, he was. You remember that? And then we'd look round and go, oh no. It's like upside down in the air fence. Mr. Kennett. He's not on yet. He's been excluded a couple of times now, Mr. Kennett. Hope you're good, Barney. I didn't tell you as well, but there's Andy's on there tonight. Look, you know about our thing, but it's not out in the public, by the way, yet, so we can't talk about it. Can you ask Lee if Paul will ever move up to the Premiership, as each year they seem to be the Man City of the Championship? That's a good question. Not sure who that is, but yeah, they were really cool, weren't they? Lots of legends. Oh, that's another good one, Rich. Great shout. Bo Peterson, he was one of my faves as well. Loved him when he was racing with Phil Crump in the middle 80s, 85, 86. So I would have been about 10. No, maybe less. 8 or 9. I was born in 77. So obviously I grew up at Swindon Speedway. I've got a really cool picture of me and Lee Kilby sat on the bike with Phil Crump when the riders used to take him round in the interval and stuff. Me and Lee like that, holding on. I think Kilby's at the front, I'm behind him, holding on to him, and then Phil. So he was our first hero at Swindon. Yes, another one, Steen Mastrup. Yes, I used to love the names as well. Steen Mastrup. Who was the other one we loved? Harry Coppenham was another classic name. Lost him now, bless him, Harry Coppenham, but he was from Finland, I believe. And then we had Alf Busk. I loved your name as well, Alf, just as much as your riding. Mr. Hare. Looks like we got loads of the Speedway legends on tonight. And another one. Is that Mr. and Mrs. Graham? Are you on tonight, Jill? Is Andy with you? Hope you were both good. Rasmus Jensen as well, yeah, a newer one, isn't he? Hello, Kevin, on YouTube. Love the video with my old mate Cocker. Yes, I just spoke to him the other day. He's really cool. Midlow, you're excluded now. Charlie Jeter. Jesus Christ, I forgot all half of these names. Charlie Jeter, yeah. And then I used to love that every single person that was on the mic already when he did the tannoy all said his name differently every week. Charlie Gajeda, Charlie Jeddah, Charlie Jedi. I'm pretty sure it's Charlie Jeter, but yeah. Hi, Gary. Hopefully this works. Midlow, say you're excluded anyway. Said he was on 2 minutes, 5 minutes ago, Mr. Middleditch. He says he's crap with PCs. You know he's going to come on, he's going to be stressed. Yes, I will. I've done one with the Bomber on a Skype when I used to do the Skypes just after when I first started these in the COVID, when everyone was using Skype all the time, of course, weren't they? But I haven't done a live with him. It's always good to do them with the live with the fans and the pictures and all that. I have spoke to Bomber quite a few times, so I'm going to sort that out with him. And he kindly did a video for Floppy as well, so that was cool to get him on. And it looks like we've got to ask Midlow about what he said in the Speedo Star last week as well, so hopefully we can get more into that. Hello, Gary. Hope you're good. Hope the old West Lakes are up and going. And is in the garage fixing Gracie Ann's scooter. Oh dear, don't sound good. So Mr. Kennett just said evening, Graham and Jill. Kevin's just said there's no Wi-Fi in Paul. Oh, I can see him now. Can you hear us, Neil, down in there? I can see you come into my screen. We won't hear you until I bring you in, but it looks like he's here now. He's going to obviously get fined for a couple of exclusions. Hopefully he's not too stressed. Right. We've had loads of questions already, so we've got some lined up, and we've got loads of riders on as well, Neil. So let's get the video going, and then let's get on with it then with the man himself, Mr. Paul. Here we go. Beautiful. Right. Hopefully it's all good. Mr. Dorset, can you hear me all right? Oh, we can't hear you. What's going on there then? Neil's face. That's all right, Neil. Well, you can hear us, so there must be something on your screen probably where you have to unmute it, I expect. Some sort of unmute button, I think there would be. What's that like? If not, I'll take you out and then click on the link again. Hopefully it sorts itself out. We'll try that, shall we? We'll do that, Neil. You click yourself back in again and then we'll try that, see if it sorts itself out on its own. Definitely excluded now. Definitely needed my stopwatch around the neck like him. Get back to the football days doing that. Oh, did you see Neil's face when I said we can't hear you? He was oh, brilliant. Bless him. Hopefully it gets sorted. Click on the link again, Neil. Hopefully we're going to hear you. Got to put a couple of quid in the Wi-Fi, as someone already mentioned here. I've just gone back up on my comments at the moment because I've gone back to what you guys were saying at the start. So I was going to go back to what Mr. Tacey said and then go from there through what you all asked. Right, here we go. It's just coming back in. Right, hopefully. What's that like? So you can hear us, but we can't hear him. What's going on there then? What a bummer, man. Just trying to think on here. What would it be? Something to do with the mic? It's got to be something to do with the mic because I can see you fine. You can hear me fine, so it's got to be something to do with the mic. I'm just going to have a look. On your thing, can you see 3 dots on the bit of oh, hang on. So I've unmuted your mic. Can I hear you now? Let me just show you. I'll show you on a message. I'll show you this, Neil, as well. Yeah, should we do the interview all the way like that, Neil? Just do 2 cards up. Piss off. No. Yes. No and yes questions. Cash or card? Oh, God. Beach or pool? Yeah, I wonder what's going on with that then. Why is that not coming up? So this is on a PC. It's not showing muted. Okay. What is that? Yeah, I see it just come up then when you clicked on it and then it went back off again to say it's on. So it's not the muted thing, is it? That don't make sense. Is your volume up on your end, on your actual PC? Do you know? Wonder if you try that. Could be that, can it? Just trying to surmise here. Is it? If you put that at full, is it? All right. Now click that. Yeah, it's just still can't hear. What's going on with that? What a pain in the ass. It's not muted and this volume's up. My volume's up. Right, let's try and go for another kick out. You enjoying the interview so far, everyone? Me and Neil having a howler. This is why sometimes maybe we should test before, eh? Damn. Hopefully it's gonna work. Might have to get him on his phone at this rate. But he's been on it before as well. So I know his PC works on it. Yeah, my volume's on 100%. Please work, please work. Can we hear Neil? No, we can't. thing. Oh, I wonder why, because you've been on this before as well, haven't you? And this has worked on this PC before, yeah. Might have to even try your possibly on your phone. What phone have you got? Probably work on there. You got a charger around as well. It might have to work on that. Wonder what it is then. It's bizarre, isn't it? It's got to be some sort of weird something to do with the mic. Even clicking on my picture up here on the actual screen, there's a 3 dots. When you put your cursor on your own picture in the screen, comes up with mute, remove, and thing. Mine come up with settings then as well. I wonder what that does. Automatically adjust mic volume, no. Reduce noise. Automatically adjust mic. Yeah. Right. What's that do? That don't do anything either, does it? No. That's not done anything either, had it? Bummer, man. So annoying. So annoying. Got loads of people on as well. Everyone's everyone's laughing. Glad you're all laughing. What's that doing there? So I wonder if you try it. Can you go on your email, Neil, on your phone? Let me. I'm just messaging you, Neil. Hopefully, maybe Neil might be able to do it for his phone potentially, or even an iPad, or I don't know why that's doing that. What a bummer. Oh, here we go. I can see that's coming in now. Let's see if this works. I'll take you out of the other one, and then we'll try the phone one. All right, so kicking you out of that one, and now I'm going to add in you that one. Neil.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So, shall I try and go back in the other one or not?
Yeah, you can. You can if you want to try it.
Okay, let's have a look. Let's see if I can go. I'm good at this, aren't I? Useless. Absolutely useless. Go on. I don't run out of power. I'll get the missus to bring a charger in. Yeah, go on, Lee. I can hear you.
Yeah. So you've got probably will run out of power quite quick. So yeah, maybe hopefully the missus sees that. You can get hold of the missus. Can you get hold of her?
Yeah. She's in the kitchen. I'll grab her in a minute. I got a little bit left.
All right, cool. Right, so yeah, we got loads of people on as well. They're all finding this hilarious, obviously.
Of course they are.
Of course they are. Does your phone go round sideways as well, Neil? Try that. Yeah, there you go. That goes full screen. Look, there you go.
There we go. Look at that.
See if beautiful.
Okay, so, got it. Okay,
let's go into this then. So we've got loads of people wrote loads of stuff. So first word that come on was Mr. Sean Tacey, and he said, "I'm sorry I wasn't good enough. I could not make the pace in my year at Paul. Sorry, Neil Middleditch."
Hey, sure, no dramas, mate. As long as you gave 100%, that's all I ever asked for in a rider, mate. And I'll never criticise a rider.
Love that. And obviously Ellie and Dave Norris are on as well. They just wanted to thank you as well for that video. That was beautiful what you did for us. So I really appreciate that as well, buddy.
Yeah, that's no problem, mate. That was brilliant for Floppy. I mean, he was a legend in the World Cup squad. As I said in the message, the passion he showed. If you could bottle that, we'd have been World Cup champions over and over.
Yep, 100%. Right, we've got Sue Rutherford here on YouTube. She has said, "Oh, I actually have a serious question. What does Neil think about Bomber's views in the Speedway Star?" So I don't know if you've seen them.
Yeah, I had a quick brush over them, but yeah, I think Bomber's got valid point. I think everybody's going to criticise, and it sort of does get me a little bit with people who criticise Speedway. I mean, you're a Speedway fan and you're not a Speedway fan. You know, don't criticise the sport. Just back it up. It's hard enough for us to get in mainstream and get people to take notice. So, you know, why criticise?
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, totally get it. So we were just sort of surmising when we were online trying to figure out. So how many league trophies have we got now then? How many league titles and cups have you got now?
10 league titles. And I think it's 28 trophies at the moment and counting.
I can see quite a few. Is that your ones behind, or is that the team ones? I've seen that you've got a nice
they're
little...
they're team ones. That's the one up there. That's third place in the World Cup. Pink there.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, hang on, I've lost you. Yeah, so... Oh, I'm back.
Don't touch anything, Neil.
No, I'm trying not to. Except with Jack Daniels.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Stick some of that out. We'll get some of that into the PC next time. So they asked that. What was they? Someone just asked me there. Right. So I've got Keith Johnson. He just put hi Liam Midlow. Can you ask Neil, back in the 84-85 season, I think it was, being a Racers fan then, as him and JD were always locked at the arms, inseparable, did they travel up from Dorset to Berkshire in the same van?
No. John had his van and I had my. I think back in those days, I would have probably had 84, 85. No, I'd have had my van then. Yeah, I would have had my van. But no, John always went on his own, and we did used to travel occasionally, but as a rule of thumb, he sort of went on his own.
I swear I've got a picture of. Oh no, is that your van?
Yeah, that's my van. That's my van. Yeah, that's me in my lovely pink ski suit.
Yeah. I was going to say, what goggles are they? Oakley or?
They were Joe. They'd have been. Oh no, those glasses. I don't know. They're weird things. I don't know.
That's brilliant.
That's a long time ago, man. That's 1985, I guess.
Wow, that's a cool picture. I found that one out, didn't I? So, with the team at the moment, then, are you happy with the team and everything that's going on down in Poole at the moment?
Yeah, very much. I mean, I think we've Matt and Dan do a good job getting the teams together. We've got strength in depth. I mean, we're getting towards the business end of the season now, so everybody's got to be on their top of their game.
How many years have you actually been managing now, then, Neil? Since the racing days?
Since 1999.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, I know. Tell me about it.
What's that? 24 years now? Is that? If my
something like
calculations
that,
yeah, 24 years.
Yeah, it's a while. But yeah, no, I've enjoyed every minute of it. It's been a fantastic ride. You know, I've really enjoyed it.
If you still, what is the future and the plans? What is the plan? Someone's asked, would Poole potentially go up a league again? Someone's asked me that online already.
Yeah,
as well.
To be honest, it's not really my decision. I mean, Matt was here the other night talking about it, and I mean, financially at the moment, it's not a thing to do, because obviously we tried the race nights. I mean, people in Poole tend to be programmed for Wednesday nights, and when they try to change it to Monday, and that, it just didn't really work. So it's a financial thing, really, and just Matt he didn't say never. Let's put it that way. He didn't say never, but he said just not in the next year.
Okay, fair enough. Got Graham Hurry's comment. He's put, Wowley, what can I say? Neil Middleditch, haha. Remember Neil meeting him for the first time on my honeymoon, where we were with John Davis. Great bloke as Neil. Wears his heart on his sleeve and was always good with Paul.
Yeah, no, thanks, Hazel, for that. I appreciate that. Yeah, Paul were over with me in the GB team when we were out in Poland. Had a really nasty crash in, I think it was Roslav and that. But again, 100% try. Paul was a little bit unlucky with a few injuries and everything. But again, effort was absolutely top notch, and certainly couldn't fault him, and thoroughly enjoyed working with him.
We've had a hello as well from Sean Courtney. He's come on.
All right, Sean, how you doing, buddy?
Also, Mr. Barney Kennett's saying hello as well.
All right, Barney, how we doing? Taking selfies, mate. I'll be doing some later. The selfie
Exactly,
king.
yeah.
I mean, I think he's got that thing surgically fixed to his arm.
I think it is his arm.
Yeah.
We got Lawrence Hare's on tonight as well. So we've got Lawrence
All right, Lawrence,
Hare.
how's it going, bud? Yeah, good. I haven't seen you for a while, mate. Hope you're keeping well.
I think we got Jill and Andy Graham's on as well.
Yeah. All right, guys. God, there's some blast from the past here. Absolutely
I know.
fantastic.
Gary O'Hare's on as well.
All right, guys. Yeah, good. Yeah, keep an eye on you, you superstar.
Right, I'm just having a look what someone's just said down here now. Ask Midlow what league structure he thinks will be in place next year.
knows? Who
Oof.
knows? I mean, I don't know. I mean, is everybody screaming one league? Aren't they one league? But then, you sort of look at the clubs. Can they afford it? I mean, that's the thing. I mean, if you've got the likes of like Lambert, Ty, and people who are wanting top dollar, clubs can't afford to have the riders there. And I think it's would one league work? I don't know. I think, from my point of view, I think the BSPA sort of really do need to sit around a table and try and sort it out, because we're running out of teams, we're running out of clubs, and it's a crying shame. I mean, I'm Speedway through and through, as everybody knows, and it breaks my heart when I go to some tracks and there's just a couple of hundred people there, and it's just not good for Speedway. But hopefully things will get sorted in the winter, and they'll come up with a good plan to put a save pool. Well, not say save Speedway. I mean, it's doing okay, but it just needs a bit of vamping.
Yeah. Fingers crossed for that, like I said, and hopefully they come up with a good plan. Got Pat Kelly on here. Just put, hi guys. Neil Middleditch, at the tender age of 16, emerged as a great prospect for Eastbourne Eagles during the 73 season. What memories does Neil have of the legendary Malcolm Ballard? And who was the leading rider at the club for the previous 2 seasons after enduring a meteoric rise to the top? And why did Malcolm Ballard sensationally quit the sport in 74? That was a particularly sad day for Speedway.
Yeah, I actually never rode with Malcolm. I mean, I started in about 73. I think I was 16, and I don't think Malcolm was actually in the team that year. I didn't know him well. I knew his brother Tim better, to be fair. Malcolm, from what I remember of Malcolm, he was a tough rider. I mean, a real hard man, one of the hard men, which we had a lot of in those days. But Malcolm was a great servant to Eastbourne, and was, as I say, was a real tough rider on the track. So
that was your first team, wasn't it? Was it your first team?
Yeah. Eastbourne was my first team. Yeah, it's funny because my dad started, at Eastbourne. Obviously big friends with Charlie Dugard, Bob Dugard. I went down there as a spotty faced 16-year-old ginger kid. Got a few after meeting rides, second half rides, and that picture here, that's me, 16-year-old. That's my first season. And managed to get in the team and stay there. So it was. I mean, I had great times at Eastbourne. I mean, it was lovely. Sunday afternoons. Doing what you love. What could be better?
No, exactly, mate. Yeah, that was beautiful. There's definitely one back.
Yeah, that's a nice one. That's me. That's me and my dad in our fish and chip shop in Wimbledon. I've got very few photos of me and my dad together with Speedway, but that's a cracker. Yeah, love the T-shirt I've got on.
Was he the biggest influence in your career, Neil?
Yeah, 100%. That's it, Paul. When I second half, my first set of Lewis leathers. Yeah, they were brand new. Those, I love those things. Yeah, no, he was a massive influence. He never pushed me. I wanted to do it all the time. That's all I ever wanted to do. And he encouraged me the whole time.
Yeah, he was a proper. He rode for Paul Man as well, wasn't he? And
he was Hastings to start with, and then Paul, most of his career. He did 1 year at Swindon, 1957, year I was born. That's a picture he did after meeting riding crashed in the season ride. Yeah. But no, he had 1 year at Swindon, 1957. In fact, I was the youngest ever Swindon fan club member. I think I was 6 months old, or not even that, because 57 I was born, so probably 3 months.
See, so you did know your stuff at one point, then, Neil.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. In fact, I've still got a barometer here in my office, which was presented to Dad from Swindon Speedway, which is a nice memory.
Yeah, beautiful. I like this as well. That's really cool to.
Yeah, that's a good one. Guy
like
Clive Mack, he's still a photographer at Paul. He mocked that one up at me and Dad. Yeah, it's good picture. All get upset seeing me, Dad.
Oh, I know. Tell me about it.
Yeah.
But trophies is a thing.
Yeah, boys. I've got some of Dad's trophies here in my office behind me now, actually. So awesome. I've kept a few.
That's awesome. Special memories for sure, Neil.
Yeah, for sure.
Always keep them close, my friend. So the deal with so you do all the home meetings? Is it Javi does the away meetings? Is that how it works?
Yeah, I mean, the reason for that was originally a few years ago when my dad was ill and was dying, shall we say, with that being blunt. I couldn't afford to be up in Glasgow or Edinburgh, and something happened to Dad. So Javi, we elected to have Javi as the manager up north, and he does a great job. Javi, I mean, he's brilliant. I mean, he's not had a lot of luck, has he? with his arm and one thing and another, and I think this sort of kept his interest in the sport. I mean, he rode for me. For Paul and GB, where he was absolutely brilliant, and and then obviously when my dad passed away, I didn't want to turn around to Javi and say, "Oh, right, mate, I don't need you anymore," because it's a good thing to keep him in the sport because he gave the sport a lot, and he'd say he does a great job. But we have our different ways of team managing, but we get the job done.
Did you actually ever think that would happen as well? Because obviously over the years, I know that you've obviously worked with him, and this is a classic.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, that's his commentary manager.
Yeah.
That's a good
You wouldn't have offered it him then.
No, that's right. No, definitely not.
But yeah, Javi's like I know he's struggled with his pain and everything, so it's nice that, like you said, he's still in the sport.
Yeah, no, it's great. We got a little group chat with the boys and everything. He's always on there. He's very active, and obviously the away meetings. Obviously, I watch them when I can on BSN or whatever, and then we have a chat afterwards. And yeah, but no, it's great. It helps me out. I'm busy with work, and it's not fair for me to leave my wife all weekend, Susie. So it works well for me.
So it gives you a bit of time as well, yeah. Got Dave Champion here. He's just put special times and memories with Midler and Gibby at Poole Speedway in 1989, staying at Bally House. I hope I pronounced that right, Neil. With some pretty feral Aussie boys and mechanics. Boise and the Langdons. Eat, drink, sleep, racing Speedway, then party and repeat. Sending best regards for Mally and the big dog.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah. It's been a fun house. It's we plenty of stories. A lot of them I probably couldn't tell, but it's still the same. I mean, I've got Ben and Zach living here now. I had Brady last year, and obviously Darcy. I've had many riders. excuse me, live here, and it just is a speedway house.
He's also put, let's also not forget what a thoroughly decent and accomplished rider Neil was too in his day.
Yeah, that's very kind of you to say so. Yeah, had my moments. Never a world champion, but could beat the best and be beaten by the worst. That was me.
Yeah, I just had Kevin Johnson's just put, hopefully Oxford will pit them to the title this year. So I'm gathering he's an Oxford fan.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good guess, actually. Yeah. Well, I mean, if it gets down to us, who knows? I mean, there's still a lot of speedway to go yet, but yeah. Oxford, good side. Great respect for them. A very good side.
It's going to be good.
Yeah, and Shockey, the team manager, is a great friend of mine. So.
Oh, I've got another man here, Mr. Ricky Ashworth's on as well. Hi, Ricky. He's just put, hi, Neil. Do you remember when I rode for you? I should have come to the pole earlier in my career and gone full time in the Elite League. I could still be there now, but injuries just happen. Yeah,
that's right, Ricky. Yeah, I remember, mate. And again, I mean, watching you on a bike, I mean, you're entertainment personified, weren't you, mate? I mean, absolutely balls out and 100% effort, and you couldn't ask for any more. And yeah, would have loved to work with you more, mate. But as you say, it's a long way down to Poole from up your way. But yeah, would have been a pleasure to work with you, buddy.
Thanks for coming on, Ricky. I did a good written one with Ricky that I put out on social medias. Was cool as well. I got Gary's actually just said hi to you there as well.
Again.
Yeah, again. So Johnny. Yeah. Johnny Shale just put, how do you think Steve Worrell will get on at Cardiff?
Yeah, I mean, Steve's as quick as anybody, to be fair. I mean, if he makes a start, he's hard to catch. I mean, and the problem is in Grand Prix, when you've got the likes of Smarslick and Freddie and all those boys, they make a start, you ain't getting past them. And I think Steve would be the same. If he can make some starts, he'll be quick enough. But that's going to be the key factor.
Yeah. Also got Mr. Colin Richardson's come on. I know he's in Dubai, and he just put my first teammate. I think he meant to write there at Eastbourne.
Yeah, that's right. I remember it was Steve, Colin and Steve Weatherly. They were 15-year-olds riding around. I think probably the year I don't know when, if Colin came in, probably about 73, I would imagine. Yeah, and there we are. There's Colin there on the left. And a very young Michael Lee this side as well.
I know. I didn't even recognise him, and then Colin, he literally said to me, that's Michael Lee on there. And then when I looked, I was like, oh, yeah, bloody hell.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I remember Colin and Steve. remember Colin very, very well. Yeah, had a great time. Yeah. I hope you're doing well, mate.
Yeah, he's in Dubai. I was chatting with him the other day. A bit hot there, mind. Don't know if I can handle that, but.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. I was listening. Yeah, I know. Yeah, a bit hot.
Yeah. Jeff Wiltshire. Hi, Neil. I dare you to share a story about Trapper and your antics.
Yeah, no, I couldn't really. Not really. Yeah. I'll tell you one great story actually about Trapper. But it's Martin Yates, for those of you who don't know.
Okay, yeah.
We've been old Citroen Safaris, and I remember we were stuck in a traffic jam on a motorway. I don't know where it was, so I said to Yates, I said, get up on the roof and have a look what's going on. So he gets up on the roof of the car, and then all of a sudden the traffic starts to clear. So we just keep driving with him on the roof of the car. I mean, he'd get absolutely crucified if he did that these days. Yeah, there he is.
There you go.
Yeah, yeah, and dear old Krista. Yeah, dear old Krista. Yeah, bless him.
Because obviously I remember when Martin come and managed at Swindon as well. So
Yeah, yeah. No, I still see him, still see him now and again. I was best man at Yates's wedding, many years back for him and Jane. But yeah, I
right, yeah.
don't sort of see him that much. But he pops down occasionally. He came down for my testimonial, which was nice. So it's good to see him.
Let's put love couple running the family.
What does that mean, Bonnie?
I don't know actually. Oh, Mr. Paul Everts. He's just put Midlow. He's put Birmingham Hospital one Friday night.
Yeah, I remember that, mate. That was when I broke my shoulder, and I think you broke your leg, and we're laid in Birmingham Hospital, and you're in the next one, screaming in pain, and yeah, and I was in the other one. Yeah, I remember that very well, mate. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, classic. So I just got Keith Johnson. He said recently, I didn't go that night, but can you shed any light on there being any crowd trouble after Sam and Scott got a 5-1 in the Heat 15 to seal the bonus point recently?
No, if I'm honest, Kev, no, not really. I mean, and I wouldn't like to think there was any crowd trouble. I mean, Speedway's never been that sort of sport where, we've had trouble, and it may, maybe somebody got out of hand, but I don't know. I mean, I never heard any more about it.
Barney was talking about mum and daddy just put.
Right, yeah, of course, mate. Yeah, thank you, mate. Appreciate that, Barney. That's very kind.
So Mr. Shells has just put, who do you think's going to win the pairs at Oxford? Are you going to be there, Neil?
Yeah, I'll be there. I can travel to Oxford. That's not too far for me.
No, that's not too bad.
You
going to Cardiff, Neil? You going to Cardiff?
Hopefully, yeah. I'm actually, Darcy was over here yesterday, and I wasn't planning on going because I have to work, but he's going to go up on the day and then come back with Liz's wife. So I may just nick up with him and get some hospitality in the Monster Box, which would be nice.
Oh, that'd be nice. Beautiful. So for those that don't know, what else your business as well, Neil, obviously, as well as the Speedway, for those that don't know?
Well, at the moment I do like a lot of house clearances and things like that, antiques and collectibles. But I used to do sort of insurance claims, fires, floods. I clear shops out when they had a fire, buy the stock and resell it. But COVID came along and it changed a lot of things. Where are you going, Lee?
Sorry, I'm just getting a lid. Just getting a lid.
Yeah, so I do a lot of antiques and collectibles and bits and pieces like that now.
Because I was just actually looking. I was looking the other day, and I saw a couple of your posts on Facebook, and I was doing that. Oh.
Yeah, I do all kinds of stuff. I do anything.
Yeah, there was all sorts of stuff on it. It was pretty cool. There's a nice couple of pictures. Just a few trophies.
Yeah, just a few trophies I've won. Not that I'm counting.
No. You're well known for your passion, obviously. Hey, hello. Can I sniff that, Neil? Can I do that through there? Can I do it through the phone?
Yeah.
So you're intending to continue. Obviously, you've been so successful. Everyone loves your passion and knows you're Paul man through and through.
Yeah, I love the club. I mean, it's been in my blood, as everybody knows, all my life. I mean, since a kid, obviously, and after when I retired and didn't go to Poole for a while, it was Screeney and Steve Johnson who got me back. They used to come and stay here and took me down there. But Matt, I think the thing with Matt was, there's a nice one of me into Big T. Matt's the thing about Matt is his heart's in Poole Speedway. It is a business for him, and as I don't know if many people know, but he would have lost everything if Poole didn't work. But it did. And I think the passion that he had for the club is the same as me, and that's why I've been there so long, and that's why I'll stay there. I always said I'd leave when Matt left. I know he's in France now, but I'm still in contact with him. He was here last week, staying for a couple of days.
And obviously, doing your Team GB, you really enjoyed that part of doing that. And what was your reason at the time for getting out of that?
Yeah, no, it was a great honour. I mean, it's a great honour to work with some great riders. I mean, I didn't have the best of luck, if I'm honest. With injuries, a lot of guys got hurt, but we gave it our best effort. We had some great times. I mean, obviously, most people know that the one at Poole was the one that really hurt me, but. What you can only work with what you got. But all I can say is everybody I work with had the passion. Had the passion.
Even that time where I remember Scott said that he's seen a red light in the crowd and stopped and all.
Yeah, that was Poole as well. That was Poole. I know that was the Poole one, and then the incident with the Danish rider and the Swedish riders who shall remain.
No idea who that is.
no, none whatsoever. But yeah, that one really hurt. And ask Cavi. He's about as bitter as I am about that one.
Yeah, he did. I think he even mentioned it in the birthday
Yeah,
thing to the
yeah,
floppy.
yeah. I could imagine he would have done.
Yeah, he did. I think Mr. Norris said he did have a bit of a falling out with him, but they all made up. And
Yeah, I know. You know, it's water under the bridge. I mean, he's not on my Christmas card list. I'll be honest, but what do you do? It's done. It's done.
yes, actually. So you got involved in the GP side of things a little bit, helping the boys and stuff like that. What was that like?
Yeah,
Did you enjoy
yeah,
that?
that was good fun. That was good fun. You know, went across. I mean, you know, just sort of really making sure logistically things were in place, and if they wanted like doing times and bits and pieces like that, and trying to make sure everything was in place. But yeah, like I said, it was a great honour to do it. And you know, if you're a manager of your country in any sport, doesn't matter what it is, it's a huge honour.
Got to bring this one up. I was with you and my dad on the front of the program there.
Yeah, they're all Dave. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. That was.
That was
I mean,
nice.
yeah, knew Dave well. I mean, yeah, good man. A good man. Sadly missed.
Yeah, thanks, Neil. Obviously, you've got to speak about this man. What a rider he was as well. I know you had a special relationship with him as well. I actually spoke to him earlier on Facebook and just said that I'm on with you tonight. So I'm sure we're going to have a chat about you as well. But
yeah,
what a rider he was as well, Neil.
Yeah, he was a special one, wasn't he? I mean, I'd say he was here last night with me, and he's coming to dinner on Friday. But yeah, what do you say? I mean, he was like another son to me. that was us going to darts. That was going to the darts. That was me, Darcy and Chris.
That's brilliant.
They wouldn't let us take our swords in, the miserable sods, because they were plastic swords. They thought we were going to attack.
Oh wow, yeah. I did show him this.
Yeah, that got a bit messy that night. I do remember that.
Yeah, I'm sure it did.
Yeah, but no, Darcy's brilliant. I mean, I people are probably going to say, "Oh no, perhaps not," but I think potentially he was in line to be one of the greats for sure. I mean, I think his track craft was brilliant. The way he thought on a bike and was brilliant. I know Tony Rickardson. He said to me one time, he said, "This kid is very special, and from a 6-time world champion, that's a nice accolade to have." But sadly, we were robbed of it. I mean, it's tough for me, still tough for me to watch races with Darcy. I mean, I'm an old softie, as everybody knows, but yeah, I had the pleasure of him being here for many years, and sometimes he was more trouble than my own bloody kids, to be fair.
I bet. Yeah, I was going to say.
Let the fire extinguisher off in the house and things like that. Well,
I've read that.
Yeah.
You've had a lot of fun with him, that's for sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Of course, obviously, he rode down in Swindon that last year, and obviously he was absolutely unbelievable. You could see.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it was funny. It was funny because Darcy was still living here at the time, and I wouldn't say I was angry. I was a little bit grumpy, because I am grumpy, and it was quite nice. Darcy knew my sort of attitude changed a little bit, and he kind of said to me, "Midlow," he said, "I've only changed teams, not families." So it was kind of cool. But yeah, no, it was he was that time at Swindon was he won't mind me saying this. I mean, he was a wild child. He's admitted that over the years, but he really got his shit together. He was always eating good when he lived, because my wife's a great cook, Susie. But he really got his stuff together, and he was absolutely lethal. And I would have loved to see him banging elbows with Smardlick. Would have been brilliant.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's for sure, mate. Got Alf Bus just put, "Hope you're all right, Midlow."
Good, thanks, Busky. Yeah, good, mate. Yeah, very good, mate. Yeah, from Denmark. My son goes out with a Dane at the moment, Busky, so I might be able to see you soon.
Oh, beautiful. Here we go. Just got Kevin's just said, "Do you see or have much contact with JD these days? Does he get to pull much?"
No, I see Johnny. Only lives up the road. He runs his burger van is the one on the first corner. Any complaints? Any complaints? I'll pass them on. But yeah, no, I don't see him that much. He's just working, man. He just works his ass off. I mean, I told him the other day, "John, slow down. Scarily, he's nearer 70 than 60, like me."
Yeah, there you go.
There he is. Yeah, singing in the rain. We were great mates, John. We grew up together, riding push bikes together, and travelled together for the England team in Australia and the Middle East and everything. It was brilliant.
That's really cool. He's a character as well. I don't know if
he was a leader in the day. I mean, he was a great rider. Again, a little bit unlucky with injuries that stopped him, but he was early doors with all the pink, and everybody sort of laughed at it, but it was brilliant. It made the page 7 fella in the sun, and it put Speedway in the national spotlight, which is great.
Yeah, it was very good. So what year did you actually retire from the racing side?
86.
And what was the reason at that time then, Neil, when you?
I'd been injured, like what Paul was saying, but my dad had not been well. He'd had a heart attack, and it was kind of one of those things where I thought, well, what do I keep doing this? Sorry, move my finger out of the way. And I was a little bit disillusioned. But at the time, I'd actually ordered, new leathers, new engines, and everything, and I just walked in the workshop and kind of went, you know what, I'm done. And it was a tough decision, but did I retire too early? Perhaps a little bit, but you can't turn the clock back.
This is very nice from James Brown. He's just put, Neil, love you, man. You are the best man in Speedway.
Thank you, James. Appreciate that. That's very kind. Cheers, man.
Graham's just put, I never mentioned this to Neil before. A long wheelbase Transit with a V6 engine fitted and the single big rear wheels that he sold onto Steve Weatherly. I ended up with that real fast, but had a habit of doing the rear engine big ends.
Yeah, I remember that thing. I think I bought it. I don't think I ever drove it myself, to be fair. And I remember I actually bought some aeroplane seats. I had 3 aeroplane seats in it as well. And I couldn't drive it, but I remember I had the stereo working, so I used to go and sit out in the car park out in the back here and just pretend I was driving because I couldn't get the thing going. And I think I was right. I think Steve got it off and got it going. But sorry, mate, if it packed up, not my fault.
Oh, brilliant! I got the man, Mr. Norris, is just put, hey, Midlow. He's just put, me and Javi are chatting a lot. I just asked him for any message for you, and he said, tell him I love him.
Yeah, Javi, yeah, he's great. I mean, I always call him my northern brother, and he calls me his little son brother, and it's great. We've had a great relationship over the years with Javi. He's been an absolute stalwart, and to say, he's had some bad times, but at the Pool, he's really enjoying himself at Pool, and I love working with him, and hopefully get to the playoffs, and we'll be doing meetings together because I'm pacing up and down the pits, and he's screaming at the boys, so it's all good.
Yeah, 100%. Got Frank Smith as well. He's just put, looking good, Midlow. Frank, Mary, catch up soon.
I'm always looking good, Frank. Yeah, cheers, buddy. I've just had Todd Kurtz message me private. I've heard all your stories, Midlow.
Did he? I think I tagged him in the post on Facebook as well.
I think he's part of most of them.
Yeah, I did. I put. I remember watching Adams, Ricardson, Limbach, Kasperzak, etc. Whoa, that's what you call an elite mega team.
Yeah, hey, Ricky, I've got that picture up on my board here in my office. I'm sat in. I don't know if you can see. I don't know if I can show you. This is like a little. I don't know if you can see this. This is like a little.
I love this. I'd like to see that one day, Neil. Looks a right little
my little shrine to me.
Yeah, man cave proper.
Exactly. Yeah.
Looks beautiful in there. I'd love to have a little look in there. Right, I'm just going through some of these pictures. This is a cool one.
Yeah, golden helmet. That's right. Because obviously, many years ago, everybody stayed here, and all the dignitaries or whatever. And I don't know who it was, but they had the golden helmet. May probably been a match race down at Poole. And I got to wear it. About the closest I got to it, to be fair. But
that was a good one.
Nice anorak, Midlow, by the way. That's a nice one. Me and Gearnob, me team riding with Trevor.
What about team riding then? We'll talk about that while we're on it, actually. Who was your favourite teammates club-wise then? Who did you connect with well on the track?
I get on with everybody, but no, I think that team there. I mean, Kev Smith and I we were quite a good pair together because Kev loved the outside and I used to nip it around the line. So we had some good races. I mean, Vaslav probably not the greatest team rider, to be fair. And dear old Danny Kennedy, bless him. Yeah. So my phone don't pack up.
Is that people messaging your phone?
Yeah.
Look at it go.
Yeah. Stop it. I'll turn the volume down. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, can still hear you fine. Yeah.
Oh, that last picture with me leaning over Major. That's a great picture. I love that one.
Yeah, exactly. That was a beauty, wasn't it?
Yeah,
that one. There you go.
Yeah, that one there. Yeah. That's my claim to fame.
Because I was looking through everything as well, and I didn't realise you had a little spell at Exeter as well.
Yeah, I did quite a lot of meetings at Exeter actually. Yeah, I quite enjoyed it there, and obviously with the Scott Autry connection as well. You used to go with Scott a lot, but yeah, I did a lot of meetings there when I was younger and guested for them quite a few times. Yeah, they are. That's me and Kev.
So you got exactly as you said, on the inside and outside.
Yeah, that's me and Kev there, right there. Yeah, Kev was great around the outside. I mean, he went and placed on a track I'd never went to.
I like that.
Yeah, nice bit of style there, Middo. Look at those lovely, love those Oakley gloves. I bought those in America. They were so trendy at the time.
Love that.
That's it, White City. Not sure about the plastic bag on my head. That's it. That's Sydney Showground. That's at Sydney Showground. That one.
So what was that like going over there, then, Neil? That must have been an
Great.
experience.
Yeah, brilliant. I mean, I went to New Zealand in the early 70s with Bobby McNeil, my team buddy, and then we had a month off, and because there was no solos at Christchurch where I was, so we went over to Sydney Showground, race there, and then I obviously went back there with the Team GB team years later.
Was that obviously that must have been a right good laugh as well over there, I would imagine.
Yeah, it was brilliant. I loved. I mean, I loved Australia so much. I married one. Yeah, that's at the showgrounds. That was a good team. That was a good team. Yeah, I mean, it was. I didn't set the world on fire, if I'm perfectly honest, but I had a wonderful time.
Yeah, that was a pretty cool memory then, for sure. His old Simo,
yeah, Simo. Yeah, he was a great influence on me as well. He used to come here, and when I used to ride up that well, particularly when I was at Arena, I used to do my bikes at Simo's place. He was great, a real character. Yeah, that is 1975 British Junior Championship when I come third, I think. No, not 75. I won it in 75. 74, I think that would be. It might be the year I won. I can't remember. That's the year I won it. Me and Joe and Stevie, bless them. Yeah, that's a picture which it really sort of hits home when you talk about the dangers of speedway. You see those two boys, and they're both sadly in chairs, and yeah, that kind of makes you realise how lucky you are when you get through your career.
Yeah, 100%.
That's England, Australia. That's Carl Askew's old spear on the outside there.
Missed the old all the test matches we always used to have as well.
Yeah, that's right. That's me. It must have been a wet one because I've got overalls on over my leathers there.
Oh yeah,
the old ice hockey knee pad on there.
Love that.
very stylish. I showed Ben and Zach's picture. They laugh themselves stupid. British final Coventry.
British final days, yeah.
Yeah. Didn't set it on fire, but hey, I was there, and I'm not taking it away from the British final these days, but that was a tough meeting. Let me tell you, that was a tough meeting.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it was there was 15 riders plus me who could win it. It was just it was a tough meeting. I mean, to get the world final was really a tough trail. But yeah, I was there. I made two actually, but they wouldn't let me ride the other one. Oh, I don't think I've seen that pic. That's me and DJ.
That's a nice one, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that one.
Beauty. Oh, we had a little private chat about this one. This is mad.
Oh yeah. This is in Egypt.
It's crazy.
I know. We did 2 trips out there, and I mean, if you can, people can see the safety fence is spikes.
Yeah,
it's spikes. I mean, it was crazy. That track at Egypt was so rough. You'd never seen anything like it. There was like half house bricks flying up at you. It was crazy. Yeah. And then I think Chris Morton won the meeting, and the crowd they climbed over that fence and they picked him up, and they were like crowd surfing with little Chris Morton. We thought we were never going to get him back.
No way.
Yeah, they are. That's by the pyramids. There's Morton, Terry Chandler, and some of the dick next to Terry Chandler on the left, which you mentioned. Barry Thomas, yeah, Joe, myself, PC, JD, Bernie Lee in the background, I think. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Bernie Lee as well. Bloody hell.
That meeting that was rained off, I think, because I can't remember that meeting, but I'm pretty sure the meeting it was like an Eastbourne Select, and I think it was rained off.
Yeah. What about your? This was really good, wasn't it?
Yeah, Tesla was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I mean, that was, I mean, most people probably know the story by now, but I obviously lost my money back in the 80s, and when I joined Paul with Matt, he always said to me he'd give me a testimonial. And he was good as his word. Obviously, we lost the first one because of COVID. That's me and Gibby, my mechanic. We've been together 43 years, me and Gibby.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, he's a legend. But yeah, so Matt gave me a testimony. It was a great turnout. Loads of people turned up. I went to team for a long time, and a great crowd, and a very emotional night for me. Yeah, it was brilliant.
Yeah, I bet it was pretty special for yourself. That's for sure. I'm not sure who that is, but they said looking good mid-low, proper Paul legend.
Thank you, whoever you are. I appreciate that.
Yeah. So what was the? I know obviously your dad was racing obviously as well. So how did you get? What was your first bike, and how old were you when you first got your
I
bike? Then?
was dad would that we never really had grass track. I mean, like, you know, Barney and all the boys that I mean, grass track was huge up in Kent, so they all came off the grass, you know, DJ and everybody. But we never really had that down here in the south. So my dad basically said to me, you know, if you want to ride speedway, you ride speedway. So I think I got my first bike at 15. I bought it from Odd for Zengen, who was a Norwegian rider who rode for Paul, who lived here. The workshop's still here, and it's Ben Cook's workshop now.
Okay.
Paid 250 quid for it. I remember that. And then
Yeah.
I went down to Weymouth, had a few rides down there, and then Matcham's Park, which a lot of people probably remember from motocross
Yeah.
times, but they had a
Yeah.
track up
Race
there, speedway
Macross.
track,
Yeah.
and then just sort of progressed from there, really.
Mhm. So also about this, I didn't even know that as well. Obviously, I raced all motocross myself, but I didn't know
Yeah.
you had the dealership and the shop and what. So
Yeah,
where was
yeah.
that?
I had a shop in Poole, literally just up the road from the stadium. It's called Competition Plus.
Yeah.
Originally it was Simo and myself, but that didn't kind of work out. So I took it on. Yeah, I was Kawasaki Yamaha main dealer. And what a lot of people don't know is, I mean, the K&N air filter, which everybody runs now. I was the main importer for the UK. I bought them from America because I went with Scott, and they were all.
Oh, we just lost him for a second. Hopefully he'll come back on. Hopefully it'll be all good. Hopefully he'll come back in. Hopefully he'll be back in a second. Not sure who that it was. I don't know if that was. I could probably look on my thing. Hopefully we'll get him back on in a second. Sure he'll be back in a second. Got some beautiful pictures still to bring up as well. Just going through a couple of the poor ones while Neil's. Right, here we go.
I'm
All
back.
good?
I'm back.
Yeah,
I'm
all
okay.
good.
I don't know what happened there. I think must have spilled my JD on my phone.
Oh, brilliant. So, what age do you think to yourself then? Right, I can do this for sort of a living.
Ever since I was at school, I was all every time I wrote anything at school. What do you want to do when you leave school? I want to be a speeder rider, and that was it. There was nothing else in my life that I ever wanted to do, and I was lucky enough to be fairly good at it, and have a lot of years traveling the world, doing something that I loved and getting paid for it. So I mean, it doesn't get much better than that, to be fair.
Hopefully, the Cobra is actually. I don't know. It's come up, but there's nothing on it, so I don't know
Yeah,
what.
well, he's got nothing to say. He'll be going waffling on about Exeter, I expect.
So I got always smiley on YouTube here. He's put you won the National League Riders Championship. Was you riding a Mike Lee engine?
Yeah, yeah. Them 600s are
Oh,
really quick. But yeah, no, yeah. It was an engine that I literally did a few laps after Paul, and Michael said, "Do you want to borrow it?" And I went, "Yeah, sure." So I did, and yeah, the thing was a rocket ship. Yeah, it was good. Yeah, everybody knows it's a rite of passage if you come and stay at the Bailey House that you have to watch the NLRC 1985, where you're not allowed to stay.
Oh right, yeah. I'd like to come and do that.
Yeah, I put them all through that agony.
Oh, I'd love it.
I'm gonna see if I can get a computer and see if I can find you. I don't know. Keep talking.
Here you go.
Yeah, grass tracks. They are actually Graham
Here you
Hurry. I think Graham was in that meeting.
Was he?
Yeah, I'm sure he was. Yeah, that was a Wimborne Whopper. I think I did two meetings on grass. That was a Wimborne Whopper because only.
Oh, you know what that is? I know exactly what that is. That went off too quick. I know that's his battery. Oh, we're having great fun tonight, aren't we? Oh, yeah, that's his battery. Good night. I know he said he was going to get the missus to get his battery. I think he'd forgotten about that now. Okay, now who's that old man? Oh, classic. Oh, Floppy. In a world pairs drinking competition, what rider, past or present, would you partner up with? That's a beauty. We'll ask him that when he comes back. Hopefully, now he's got to do a lot of connecting with the phone now. Jesus. Mod cons of the PC, eh? I bet it's something really silly why this PC wasn't working. It's a shame as well. It's a lot easier to do it on your PC or your laptop because obviously you haven't got to hold it and mess around with it. But hopefully he'll get his charger on. That went really quickly. That was 100% a power thing because that was literally a. Right, let's get those pool pictures up that I had while we're waiting for the man to come back on. There's a nice one there of him just tucked in behind the oak tree there. Midlow said he likes that white line, look, tucking in. Beautiful. Look at that with the old skull and crossbones right across the levers there, isn't it? That's actually in the levers, isn't it? It's not a racetrack yet. Pretty cool. Huh. Beauties. I like this one. It's a good picture. I think I've got it in the background as well. I can't even, of course I can't message him, can I? Lose your battery, Midlow. Oh. Some flipping good pool teams over the year. The Samlet when he was young. Some Michael Lee in it on the bike. Midlow there, look down on there. Tom Owen, the Owen brothers were good as well. Love the helmets and the the old open face. Mr. Davis is in that one as well. Huh. That's a nice picture. Oh, here we go. Did the phone go dead? Yeah, I thought it was. Shame this don't work, innit? It would be so easy. Can't hear you on here now. Did the power go or was it a phone call? Power. Was it the power? Yeah, get on that. Hopefully you can get back on the phone then. Beautiful. Hopefully we can get Neil back on the phone. Still trying to find more photos here. Midler and I go way back. You sent me some more, have you? I haven't looked because obviously I've got my things in front of me. Right. What did you think of Kenny Carter as a rider? I want to ask him that one as well that you said. Oh yeah, I wonder if it is that. Maybe. I thought it might have been his volume to start with, and it wasn't that, was it? Modcons, eh? Oh, nightmare. Let's get looking for his pictures. He'll be back. He'll be back. Got to use his phone. Here we go. Here we go.
I'm back.
Did you battery gone?
No, I don't know what's going on with shit. Okay. Susie! Gotta come bring me charger. Useless. Where's my charger? Right. Go on, Lee. I'm in.
What's Mr. Norris? What does Mr. Norris put? He's put in a world pairs drinking competition. What rider, past or present, would you partner up with?
Oh, that's a tough one. I'd probably say Screeny or Jono.
Yep. Screeny or Jono. Classic. Oh, so Steve actually did come back, the Cobra, and he said, now. He goes, who's that old man?
Sure. Yeah. Like it Peter Pan.
Oh, so funny. Right, we got Kevin Johnson has put, what did you think of Kenny Carter as a rider?
Okay, great rider. Great. I mean, absolutely gutsy, ballsy, absolutely out there. Don't speak ill of the dead. I mean, he didn't make many friends. He was ruthless, but as a rider, an absolute. I mean, he again, always heart on his sleeve. Raced to win. There was nothing but winning. I mean, he rode the British final, I think, with a broken leg. Absolute heart of a lion. But just I don't want to say too much about it, but it was tough to get on with. I know, not for me particularly, because I wasn't sort of in his sort of riding ability, to be fair. But I know that with other riders, he was tough to get along with for sure. But having said that, a great little rider, and what happened, as we all know, was a great tragedy, and it's history now, sadly.
Yeah, for sure. We've just literally flicking through a couple of pictures. I love that one with it. So that was actually on the leathers then, the old race jacket.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I used to get I got my leathers made out in the States, so ABZ or Z or Bates, and yeah, that was one of my favourite sets actually. That was at Weymouth practicing one day. I like that picture. It's a good one.
Yeah, really good one.
Before colour.
Before colour, yeah.
Yeah.
So if we're going to put you under a little bit of pressure here, because we want you to, as you're the manager and you've got a name, but we might have to do two lots. So I think we'd like you to name a 1 to 7 of the riders you rode with, and then a 1 to 7 of the riders you've managed.
Oh my God, that's tough, isn't it? Ones I rode with, my goodness. I mean, it would be. Oh, that's really putting me on the spot, isn't it? I mean, I'm going to upset people.
Sausage fingers. I'm going to count the sausage fingers.
I mean, obviously, ability-wise, Simo would in the pool team I rode with. Be Simo. I mean, Kev Smith. To be fair, the riders I rode with at Pool were all. I mean, they were great riders. All the guys I rode with, and all my career at Pool, I loved them all to pieces. We were great friends. We had great camaraderie, and I couldn't really pick 7. I mean, who you got there? Michael, Sam, Brian Jacobson. I mean, that was a great team. Lee Farman, sadly. JD, obviously, Scott, my great friend, my American brother. There was so many riders there, but yeah, Kev, John, Scott, there, Danny. Yeah, who's that with me? I can't see who that is. Who's that? That's Brody, isn't it? Looks like Brody. Not sure. Somebody will correct me. I'm sure. Somebody will correct me. I'm sure.
Sure. What about the ones you've managed? Can we do one for that?
Oh, yeah, that's kind of slightly easier, isn't it? When you got. Let me have a look at my wall here. What have we got? We got.
Yeah.
We've got Tony. Lee, Javi, Laramsky.
Yeah, Jesus.
Yeah, it's a who's who of a speedway, really. I mean, I've been so lucky. Darcy, Chris, Javi. It goes on and on. I mean, I've been lucky.
I have a team of 27.
Yeah, I've been lucky to work with some great riders. I really have. I've really been very fortunate.
I do like this picture as well. That's a nice one.
Yeah, that's Paul. I think leg tray. That Luxton likes that one. Steve Luxton likes that picture. He's got on the banner. We did have
really good picture.
Yeah. Well, people who know that meeting. That was a runoff at Leicester between me and Tom Owen, and I was the last qualifier for the British final, and I did it twice. I had to race Alan Wilkinson once at Wimbledon, and I beat him because I stuck him through the fence, and then Tom beat me on that night. Again, a wet night because I got my overalls on, but that was before the meeting started, and Tom beat me, unfortunately.
That's classic. Oh dear, that's brilliant.
We've got JD.
Who was your when you were growing up then as a kid? Obviously, I'm sure your dad was one of your heroes, but who was your hero and idols when you were growing up from sport?
I think I was Major Brigo era, wasn't I? I was Major Brigo, all that sort of era. So they were all I was that kid getting the autographs, and you'd have to say Major Brigo were huge influences. In Ovi Funding. I mean, it's I'm really showing my age now, aren't I? But but there were so many great riders around there. You were spoiled. That's me and Sprouts. That's at Claremont in Australia. We used to pull some stupid gears around that place. I mean, it was ridiculous. The place was huge. Can you do 3 laps? It was so big.
Was it like long track or something?
Yeah, it was massive. It was massive because they used to run the cars, side cars, and everything out there. But great place to ride. But I think I rode one race. I think I had 13 riders in the race, and I was like off the back marks. I think it was probably me and Glyn Taylor or something. And there was like 11 riders to pass in 3 laps. That was fun.
Oh. What? Just spotted that you had even the crossbone on your leg as well. That's cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Love me skull and crossbone. Yeah, me and PC. I think that was my first ever maximum, if I'm not mistaken.
Was it?
Yeah, Paul. Yeah, we got it up against Bellevue. Yeah. No,
Always
I love
good
that. I love that.
So you must have-
PC's a great friend. PC's a great friend. I mean, and I spoke to him just recently, but and I rode with him in Aussie. Yeah, he was a good man. And I was in when he won it in '76. I was mechanicking for Simo in Poland when PC won it.
So that means you probably beat Morton and Collins that night. That's better.
Yeah. See, I've had my moments. I mean, you know, for a ginger, not too bad. Yeah, nice bit of leg action going on there. Look at that, getting down nice and low there.
What about the Arena Essex days?
Yeah, that was great. I mean, I left Paul. You know what? I don't want to say it was greatest terms, but you know, it's my average.
What was that about then? What was that?
My average was too high. My average was too high when it converted.
Okay, yeah.
So and I knew Pete Thorogood, the team manager there, quite well. And yeah, well, went along, had a look, thoroughly enjoyed it. Had a couple of great years there. I mean, tricky little track to ride. But you know, I got the measure of it and had 2 great years there. Won the NLRC there, well, not there, but for Coventry, riding for Arena. Yeah, great time. That's my favourite picture. I love that.
Yeah,
picture.
I love that.
I've got that. I've got a painting of that one. A friend of mine, Nick Griffin, Paul Fanny, passed away years ago. Great artist, and he did that picture for me. Yeah, that's a great picture. I love that one.
Yeah, I do like that one.
Don't even think I'm in that picture, am I? It's JD.
But you're in the middle.
No, that's Andy Silver on the outside. That's Alan Graham.
Who's in the middle?
Yeah, that is me in the middle. Yeah, God.
Yeah.
I recognise myself now. Jesus.
I was like, oh no, you've messed up.
Yeah, no, that's right. That is me. Yeah, I'm thinking, who's that bloke in the middle? Yeah. I would get bike trouble that night. Yeah, Bert. Yeah, my great friend Martin Goodwin. Bert. Yeah, love great times with Martin. He was a great character, a great little rider. Tough as nails. I didn't come any tougher than him. And the Luckers. Yeah, that's right. That was brilliant. That was I can't remember. That was at Arena. And I got beaten there, but there we go. But yeah, that's a good one. I always get confused with Jeremy and Jamie.
Oh yeah, the Luckers boys.
Yeah. That's 74. 74. That's Morton winning it, and Stevie Bastable. Yeah. That trophy actually is an old trophy from the 1930s. I might be correct in saying that they had for speed. I think it was actually solid silver. You never got to keep it, obviously, but yeah.
Look at that. Have you seen that? Look, that's 15p the Speedway Star. That.
Yeah. Bit more than that now.
I got loads of them from them days. They're beautiful.
Yeah, I've got. In fact, what a hunk, eh? Man of the month. What was I thinking? Jesus. I wish I was at that thin now. That was. I'm not sure. That's on a away trip somewhere. We were doing the bikes in the car park somewhere. That would have been with looking at the bike would have been for Arena. Yeah, but Jones. Yeah. But yeah.
So what was you saying there about? Was you saying something about the Speedway Stars or something?
Yeah, no, I said Speedway Stars. I've got a library here at home, and I've got every single Speedway Star from when I started to when I finished, and I've had them all book bound. I've had them all book bound, so it's great. So people come around and you can sit around and I can BS and tell them how good I was, and you know, the older you get, the faster I was.
Yeah. Well, that's cool then. So they can do some proper reminiscing in there then.
Yeah, no, it's good. Yeah.
Good shout, Kevin. I've got that written down as well. What was your favourite and worst tracks to ride?
Halifax was. I can't even remember. Well, I remember scoring a few points at Halifax, but it wasn't one of my favourites. I got to be honest. Favourite? Yeah, the Shay. That's right. Yeah. I did. Yeah, it was quick, man. Around there, it was quick, you know. And I was Kenny Carter era. You know, he was like, you know, in a different county by the time I dropped my clutch. But favourite? Gonna say Paul, don't I? Gonna say Paul. I think really. I mean, I loved Arena, and Oxford. I loved Oxford. I mean, although I was tall, I was tall for a speedway. I liked the little tracks. To be fair, I could get around the big ones now and again, but I could nip it around the line pretty good.
I think about that. Which Which track would Neil bring back into Speedway if you could issue him with a magic wand? There are too many gone, sadly.
All of them. To be
Yeah.
fair, all of them.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I've got a map here of all the tracks that used to be there, and I mean, I think when I was riding at Paul Ferry, I think there was like 18 teams in the league, in the top league, and you know, it was just there's so many tracks there. I mean, it's you know, Wimbledon. You know, the London club, Wimbledon. Obviously, Hackney's gone there, well, and so's Wimbledon. But yeah, just so many clubs. I mean, it's frightening when you see, you know, as Paul's saying, how many clubs there were, so how many clubs there are, and I just all of them. I'd love to see all of them.
Kevin's just said about, did you ride the old Tilehurst track at Reading?
Oh yeah, started there. Took a few yards of safety fence down there in my time. After being hooked the footrest on and ripped it all apart. Yeah, no, I rode at Tilehurst a bit when I was younger, just when I was starting, because with John, obviously John Davis. So I used to go up there, but yeah, I had a few laps around that place for sure.
My mum's trying to get funny now as well.
Oh, well, there we go. Yeah, cheers, Jane. Thanks a lot. Yeah, funny. Yeah.
What's happened to Neil's hair? He had long curly red hair.
Yeah, I know. It's all coming out my nose and ears now.
I was just about to say, what happened to your son, Jenny? He's got a grey beard now, so you worry. Oh, classic. So did you enjoy that when you did the grass track? We were talking about that earlier when we looked.
Yeah, I mean, it was. I had a little bit of practice. I mean, the thing that I remember, not fondly, was getting hit in the chest by a flint the size of like your fist. Yeah. But it was funny because of the speedway style, people, you know, grass trackers, they tended to two-wheel in the corner, you know, come into the corners. You're right, Jenny, you're forgiven. You know, two-wheel in the corner, where I sort of come in, like throw it in like speedway, you know, and it wasn't the quickest way round. But yeah, I did enjoy it. I mean, it was one of those things, but the flints were tough. I mean, it was tough, really tough. I remember, I think DJ Dave Jessup, I think he might have got a flint and shattered his kneecap. I think one of the whoppers. But it was a big meeting around this way. I mean, and yeah, big crowds. Yeah, and it literally was down the road for me, so it was perfect. Come over and have a shower.
Yeah. Did you do much of the on the motocross bikes yourself as well? Did you ever do that as like training in the winter and that sort of thing like the riders did?
A little bit. I rode a meeting in New Zealand, actually, funny enough, but I had to do it for keeping a little bit. But you know, my problem was turning right. You know, left I was great, get it down in the berm, you know, but turn right, I was just like a wobbler, an absolute wobbler.
That's brilliant. That's a nice one.
Yeah, that's my first testimonial. That one. That's Billy Sanders, bless him, and Mitch, another good mate of mine, obviously Simo. Yeah, that was my first testimonial. Yeah, the one that I lost all my money. Yeah, Billy. Yeah. Again, great shame. But there we go. But yeah, Mitch hit wild boy. Golden helmet in Prague. That's golden helmet in Prague. That's JD obviously looking cool there. Me and Kelvin telling me how he's going to make the starts. And I think that's Mort there. I think it's Mort next to me.
Yeah,
that was. I mean, look at the crowd behind it. That was. I mean, that meeting. Yeah, that meeting was like next to the world final. That was the meeting to be in. When it was a tough weekend. I mean, I think I had to qualify. You know, JD and that got seeded straight through to the main meeting. I had to qualify, and I made it through. I did it a couple of times. A great experience. 6 in a race. Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, great experience.
This will make you laugh as well. When I first looked at this picture, and because obviously I knew it was you, but when I first looked, I thought it was Tony Rickardson.
Oh yeah. I am that good looking, aren't
I? When I first looked at it, I thought that looks like Tony Rickardson.
Yeah.
What about this one then, Neil? Because we discussed that as well.
That's Claremont. That's Claremont in WA. Love the silencer on that. There was an old truck silencer. They used to have to put them because they had a big problem with noise, and they made the bike so quiet you could hear your tappets rattling when you're warming the bike up. So what we used to do, we used to cut the backside of them completely, cut the backside, and they're all like sort of little sort of bits and pieces to go through to cut the noise down. But you used to cut the backside of them and take them out, and then you'd warm your bike up really slow, really quietly, so it didn't make too much noise. Not of course, but they were look at where it is, right up by the lifting handle.
Oh, it's mad, isn't it?
Yeah,
Never seen that before.
Yeah.
That was really classic.
That is in Holland, believe it or not. That is in Amsterdam. That's Busky and Crumpy and myself.
Yep.
And I remember that meeting because it was so well. I actually rode my bike because it was the Olympic Stadium. I rode my bike down through the stands and drove it into the shower and turned the shower on. Sat on my bike.
Did you?
Yeah, that was mad.
That was brilliant.
Crazy. Yeah, that was
there in a picture of that. That'd have been classic.
Yeah.
Hopefully Busky's still on and you can see that. That was cool.
Yeah.
Gary Clegg has just said, did you ever ride Castleford for the 2 and a bit years it was around?
No, I didn't, mate. No, I never got up there. No, never did.
She's put, we get on. Don't worry, I've got a fake top knot. Bless her. Right, look at them. Oh,
seen that one? Yeah.
Yep, sorry.
That's Matcham's. That's Matcham's Park. That's.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's Matcham's Park. That's me on the outside, and that is Len Davis next to me, and that is a guy called Julian White, who used to drive me around because I wasn't old enough to drive. And the guy on the inside is Jeff Swindells. Oh, it says it on the bottom of the screen. Should be reading it, shouldn't I? But Jeff Swindells, he's still around. He does a track at Pool on a Wednesday still. He's still there working.
Oh, does he?
Yeah. Swinny's it. He used to be called Slick Swinny. Love to slick track. Slick Swinny.
Slick Swinny. Love that. What happened to all that in the end as well? Because obviously I raced motocross at the Matcham's Park, and obviously used to have GPs there, and obviously the Supercross there.
I mean, I don't know. It's all, I think, development. Some of it probably. That's Simo and me. That's a Strongbow meeting down at Pool, and that's Jan Anderson right behind me. I ran out of ice, by the way, for me JDs.
Oh dear.
The wife's not around, so I can't get her to get me anymore. That's up. I think it's up at Shiver. Do you know what? I saw that picture and I'm gonna have to apologise. I know. Obviously, Steady and Ollie, but I can't. The guy on the left, I can't work out who that is.
Oh, I do know who that is. Hang on. I do know who that is.
JD with no ice.
Oh God.
I know.
JD and no ice.
Oh my God.
I do know who that is as well. Oh.
Go on. Tell me.
Oh. I do know him. What is his name? Someone's going to
answers on a postcard.
Yeah, I do know it, but I just can't think.
No, I can't think who it is. I know. I do apologise.
Oh, Ricky just put Ross.
Ross. Come on, Ricky. Give me more.
Do you know what, Lawrence? That's exactly who I used first thought, but I know it's not him. What was it? Brady? No, it's not Brady.
Loz, it's not.
No, it's not Danny Bird. No, I was just about to say, I thought that to start because I raced motocross with Danny Bird.
No.
Ah, that's it. It is right, look, Ross Brady.
Hey. There we go. Somebody knows.
Any prizes do I get for that? Can't believe I got that right.
Yeah.
Before someone else as well. Yeah, they're all coming in now. Let's Sean, can't he?
Yeah, Sean. Yeah.
Too late, guys. I won. Too late.
Yeah.
What about the bike side, technical sides of things, Minlo? Did you like that side? Did you do your own bikes? Did you get into that side?
I could change a set of rings, grind a few valves in and everything, but we'd never split the cases and get into that. I mean, my dad said to me when I started, if you're gonna race, get your bikes done. And a guy called Jerry Jackson, up in Worcester Park in Surrey, used to do my engines, and then Peter Johns, who when he first started in the back of his mum's house in a little shed, we used to drive up there, me and Gibby, after a meeting, and carry the engines down to his little shed, and he'd tune them for me. But I could keep them running. But yeah, rings and valves, I could do, but anything past that was left to the experts.
Fair enough. What's your thoughts on the GP at the moment?
Yeah, Bartosz, isn't it? Where do you look past him? The guy's amazing, isn't he? Actually, it's funny because I was talking last night with Darcy, and everybody's talking about setups, this blah blah blah, and Darcy said he went over to I was talking to Bartosz, and he looked at his bike, and he looked at Bartosz and he said, standard, and he went, yeah, standard. It's a rider, isn't it? I mean, he's on a bike, he just works it. He's got nothing special. He's just running what he knows how to ride. I mean, the guy's brilliant. I mean, he gets it up on the rubber, gets it upright, and gets driving. A lot of riders come in, shave it all off. He doesn't. He maintains the speed, and that was what Tony Rickarson used to say. Maintain the speed. The riders come in at 200 miles an hour, shave all that speed off, and come out at sort of 20 miles an hour. So, but Bartosz, he just maintains that speed, and he's so quick. He's so quick.
Yeah. We were talking about this the other night, and we were quite a few were saying about the where he sits right back on the mudguard, probably gets a little bit more grip and things like that. The way he does that as well.
But he's getting it upright. He's getting it on the full tread, so he's got the full tread of the tire on the track. He's not half a track. He's got the full thing, and he's special. I mean, he's going to go on to win a lot more titles for sure.
Yeah. So when you won that National League Riders Championship, what's your memories of all that night?
Yeah, it was a great night, wasn't it? I mean, it was, Coventry, fantastic crowd. It's my, that's what, like I said, everybody has to sit here and watch it when they come and stay. But it was a tough night. I mean, it was a tough field. I mean, there was like Dougie Wire, Gordon Kennett, Louis Carr, and some good riders. A lot of us have sort of moved down a little bit, if you like. But it was a good field, and I was very proud to win it. I mean, it was Dave Perks beat me. He was the one who dropped my point to, but it was a great night. Thoroughly enjoyed it, and it's my moment of glory, isn't it? We all got to have a moment of glory, and that was mine.
Exactly. Do you have any superstitions? Did you have any superstitions when you raced? Do you have any superstitions now when you manage?
It was always I never wore green when I raced. I mean, Wiggy bless him, he'd be saying, "Why not?" I was going to say, "Why not, bloke?" And if I put my socks on the wrong way in the change rooms, I'd leave them that way. If I had a good meeting, I'd leave them. Do I have superstitions now as a team manager? Yeah, I remember I found a penny on the track walk at Ipswich once, and it was my lucky penny, and I kept that. And I think we didn't lose like 17 meetings, and I lost it. And I now have I've got a lucky pen. I have a lucky pen at the moment. Satch, who is Richard Lawson's mechanic, which he gave. He's got a little light in it. I think. Yes. Oh, you've lost me again. No, you haven't. You got me back. I am. If I watch a race from a certain spot and we have a good result, I'll watch the whole meeting from there.
Do you?
Yeah. If I do, and Matt and I, when we used to travel, Zach can say we do something, and that, right, we've done that. We must do that. We must keep doing that. So yeah, I am superstitious.
Yeah, for sure. Love that. Did you ever try any other motorsports at all?
Yep, I did. I did a bit of road racing up at.
Did you?
Yeah. No, I did a bit when I was in New Zealand. I was actually on the track with Randy Momola.
No way.
300 laps in front of me, and then I did a couple of track days on a Ducati, and my teacher was a guy called Pete Boast, who obviously rode for Sheffield. So
he came to one of my reunions.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so road race. I enjoyed that. Again, right hand turns. I was garbage at turning right. Left hand turns I could almost get my knee down, but right hand turns I was like woo, like a woman doing her shopping. I was like a woman doing her shopping.
And when did you? What do you actually like? Do you like watching any other motorsports on the TV? I know obviously you follow the speedway.
Yeah, superbikes. I like that. I mean, huge respect for those boys. Formula One, no. But yeah, it's just superbikes really. I watch a bit of that. I know Ben and Zach, they always watch it. But Speedway, I watch all the Speedway, the BSNs on Eurosports. I watch all of that, obviously. And yeah, I'm Speedway, aren't I? I'm a Speedway man. What do I say? It's like people say, "Do you like football, Midlow?" Nah. Speedway. I watch Speedway all day long. That's what I do.
Yeah. It's good as well. You've got the YouTubes and things now. We can watch.
Yeah, I mean that's a great thing. That's a brilliant thing.
Yeah.
You can watch it. My brother lives in Florida. He watches it. So it's good.
So Ben and Zach, are they good lads? Are they a pain in the ass around the house or what?
Yeah, they're brilliant. They're here. Yeah.
Are they getting you ice or what?
Yeah, no. We had a barbecue tonight, but I missed the barbecue. Hopefully, a bit of food will be there. But no, they're brilliant. I mean, you ain't living in the Bailey House if you're a dick.
I like that.
They're great boys. They really are good lads. I mean, empty the dishwasher, clean the table up. We sit around and have a chat after dinner and everything. And then they've got their room upstairs or their little area upstairs, which is where Darcy and Tony and everybody lived up there. The house is big enough. I enjoy the company. When it's after Speedway, normally a Domino's. Sit around the kitchen and BS. I mean, tomorrow I've got Richie Worrell's coming to stay tonight from Plymouth. Tom Brennan's coming tomorrow to do his bike round here. I've got Zach and Ben have got their workshop. Jack Holder's got a workshop here as well. So it's Speedway all the time. That's what it is. And that's why I love it. That's why I love it. And it's like, with Barney and Paul Hurry and people coming on who, Gaz O'Hare, and just, it's family, man. It's family. That's what it is. We're a massive family, and I've been in that family for a long time, and I love it and always will.
That's beautiful. Did you prefer to be part of a team when you raced, or did you like the individual things as well?
Team. I love being part of a team, and if you got a great team, I mean, we had Paul, 84 when I think it was 84 with Sam, or 83, 84 Sam Ermolenko, and we had a great team. We I can't tell you too many stories about that, but it was a great team with Michael Lee, as you can imagine. It was fun. It was a great fun.
It sounds fun.
Yeah.
Very fun.
This is family.
If I had to ask you, what's some of your most memorable race or meetings that still sticks in your memory now, what would you say?
It must be my age. I mean, if people remind me of them, I can remember some. I mean, I do remember John Davis running over me at Poole trying to get to Ollie Olsen. Yeah, I remember that particularly. But it was like, because obviously Scott Autry, again, my American brother. I mean, Scott was a way better rider than me, and I think he'll probably admit it. But he knew that when he was racing me, he was going to have a race, because I would do everything anything I could do to beat Scott or JD, same thing. And again, John was a far better rider than me, but if he raced me, he knew he'd got a race on his hands with me, because I would try my ass off to beat those boys, and did it a couple of times. Probably they beat me far more times than that, but I just loved it. I just loved racing. I think any riders, old riders who are watching this or whatever, it's nothing better, man. It's nothing better than racing your mates. And that's the thing that is I still see now is, like Tom Brennan's coming tomorrow, going to be using Ben Cook's workshop to do his bike. Richie Worrell's riding against us tomorrow night. But that's Speedway. It's a family, isn't it? They come down. We've got all the gear. They me casa zu casa.
Yeah. like that. So obviously we know JD and a couple of others, but who were all the closest friends that you had in Speedway that you always got on well with?
I got on it with everybody, didn't I? I mean, that I'm a happy guy. I mean, I love, and I think that was the thing. And I say to some of the youngsters now, I'm not going to name names, but lighten the F up, because it's the thing you're doing. You love doing it. I think we had such fun. The old boys who are watching or hopefully be agreeing with me. We had the best fun. We were all mates, and that was the thing when I finished racing. I missed my mates. I missed the racing, but I missed all my mates. And the nice thing is now, because I'm still involved, I still bump into everybody, and we shoot the shit. And excuse me. And we have a WSRA dinner. The World Speedrunners Association, where we all sit there and talk about how good we were, and it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. And I can think of nothing better than doing what I've done all my life. And yeah, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I mean, I made some great friends, many. And the good thing is with this stuff, like this reaches out to everybody, doesn't it? I mean, it's all around the world. It's all around the world. I wake up in the morning, Stan Bear's on the internet. Hey, Stan, how's it going? That's what it's about. That's what it's about.
Yeah. Oh, Mr. Norris has put 28 trophies with Paul and get the broken 2003 GB squad to the World Cup finals. Midlow brings out belief in riders like no other. Don't think he'll ever understand his brilliance.
Thank you, Floppy. That's I'm really touched, man. Yeah, I mean that year we had so many injuries again, and when Floppy and the boys came in and Denmark. I mean, I think my lasting memory and was it Jonathan Green? Was it Jonathan Green? He was a Sky guy, and I remember Floppy. He went out and won his first race. He came in and he's punching his chest, and I thought, yeah, that's the shit I want. That's what I want. Bottle that enthusiasm up, and we're going to win everything. And I remember we were in Denmark. We got to Voynes, and under no illusions, we were not. And I don't wish to say that to anyone. We didn't have it to win it, but I said to all of them, I said, when after this meeting, you can go home to Dino and Floppy, you can go home to your mums and you can say you made a world final, and that was what we did. And there was so much emotion. I've had it with the World Cups I was in with Stoney and Loramsky and all those boys. Javi, you know, we literally shed tears. I'm not ashamed to say it. We
Yeah,
shed
yeah.
tears because we had that passion, and that passion is something you cannot buy. And yeah, see, I get emotional now. Ooh.
Yeah,
Okay.
I like it. Yeah, I like
Yeah, no, get emotional. Look, I'm getting emotional because I'm out of ice. Where's my wife when I need her?
that.
Susie!
Yeah, where is everyone? Where's the lads? Get some ice.
No,
What
where's
about?
my yeah.
Was there any other British teams that you nearly signed for at all? Close to signing for any?
Yeah, Oxford probably. Oxford was a club that I did pretty well at.
Yeah.
Hang on, just try to pull me JD. I can't look at you and pull me JD as well. Hang on. Yeah. Good job we're finishing soon because I'll be obviously. But yeah, no.
Yeah.
Oxford, Exeter. I mean, crazily enough, I mean, it was one of those things. I mean, I did enjoy riding there. I got to be honest. I mean, it wasn't. But Oxford, yeah, Reading. I did a lot for Reading local clubs here. But yeah, any further north, I wouldn't. If I got past Birmingham, I get nosebleed.
Yeah. What were any regrets from your speedway career at all?
Not being good enough.
Don't
Not
know.
being, but I think, you know, as a rider, I'm sure anybody will all say this. If you can finish your career and go, do you know what? I give him my best shot, and I did that. I gave him my best shot. I didn't have what it took to be a great rider. As I say, I had my moments, but I did everything I could. I put into my equipment. I put everything. You know, I had tuners to do my stuff, but just didn't have what it took. But no regrets. No regrets whatsoever. I mean, I can honestly say, hand on my heart, yeah, Midlow, you gave it your best shot, and that's what I say to my boys now who race for me. Give me 100%. You give me 100%. I can't ask any more. And that's all I ask from any rider who rides for me as you know, as a manager. You know, that's it. Just give me your best shot, and I will never criticize a rider. You know, young Joe Thompson the other night. You know, not the other night, but I said to him when he walked a rider and I pull him out of a race, I said, "Listen, man, I've been there. I've been that rider. I've sat in that seat." And your manager walks up to you, go, "The prick's going to pull me out of the race, isn't he? I know he is."
Yeah.
I'm trying to win a meeting, man. I'm trying to win a meeting, and that's, you know. But say if you give me 100%, that's all I will ever ask of you.
Yeah. That's good. Spot on. So I'm not sure who it is, but they put Midlow is such a competitor, whether he's on skis or a mountain bike or a jet ski. So I don't know who that is, but
Yeah, that'll probably be. I reckon that's Phil Ford. I don't know if it's Fordy. That's Fordy. Yeah, possibly. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, ski. Yeah, I like skiing. Love my skiing, mountain biking. Not so much now, but now they've got e-bikes. I might get one actually. But yeah, jet ski. Used to have great fun with jet ski with Cookie. There used to be Cookie, John Cook, Dunwig, Mitch Shearer. We used to come go down in Poole Harbour and thrash around there all through the winter. Brilliant. Yeah. Like I said, I will have a go at any sport. Any sport, I will compete against you. You might beat me, but you'll know you've had it. You'll know you've had a comp.
Yeah, I know. I love the competitiveness like that.
You never forget. One racer.
100%. Who was the favourite team manager for you when you rode under? Who did you get on with the best with team managers?
I didn't really have that many. I mean, you know, Tony Lewis Gunner was a great guy. Who obviously my dad's team partner, lovely guy, softly spoken. He was lovely, but yeah, I mean Peter Thorogood at Arena was a lovely guy. Great enthusiasm. Yeah. I've not had that many team managers because I've never rode for that many teams. I've always ridden for the same teams, but yeah, probably Tony Lewis because obviously his connection with my dad would be a favourite, and Peter Thorogood towards the latter part.
Do you feel, Neil? Because obviously there's been a lot of team managers that haven't ridden, but do you feel that the riders always took to you more as well? Because they obviously know you've been there, done it all as well, so you can relay all those sort of situations as well. Do you think that helps?
Yeah, I think it helps having been a rider. I think. I mean, obviously, I'm old school now, and I can't really talk to Ben and Zach about setups and things. I mean, I still know what a bike sounds like if it's not pulling, it's spinning or whatever, and I can still do that. And that's what happens when Javi's there, because Javi is still. He's young enough to know exactly. He can tell about setups and jets and gearing and stuff like that. But I know when a bike sounds shit. I know that. And I think the riders do respect the fact that I have ridden. You know, I don't like to sort of walk into, oh, you know, back in my day, because that sounds like an old rider, you know, being an old fart. I don't want to be. I mean,
Yeah.
but they do kind of have a respect. I like to think they have a respect for me. The fact that I have ridden, you know, I've been there, done that, got the t-shirt, and I know when, like I said earlier, you know, when you're getting pulled out of a race, you think, oh shit, you know, next race I'm going to win it. I'm going to win it, and I have often done it to riders. I've gone up to them and I've said, you or the bike, tell me the truth. And if they say me, you know, whatever, but you know, and I've done it, you know, and I've said, okay, go out and sort it, go out and do it now. Yeah, it's worked a few times. It's kicked me up the arse a few times, but you know, I haven't been a rider. I know the emotions when they're sat in the pits, when they come in from a race. I kind of know the emotions. I know the heartache. I know how it feels, and it's tough. It's tough. It's a tough sport, and you know, I have that sympathy. I have that sympathy, and I have that. You know, sometimes it backfires on me, but I tend to think I'm a good people person. I mean, as a manager, you know, what can you do in a meeting? There's not a lot you can do. I can do a couple of reserve change. I can do a tactical substitute. That's it. That's all I can do. But it's about when they come in after. It's picking them up. It's keeping them going. Keeping that's all I want. But go out in the next race and do it. And I've had that. I've had some great riders who have gone out into the next race who had a shit ride and have gone out and smoked it. And I kind of think, yeah, okay, that's good. And that's all I want is say 4 laps, 100%, nothing less, man. That's all I need. Nothing less.
And as you know, as a manager, it's a big mental game as well, so you can get into the riders like in that way.
Any sport's a mental sport. Any sport's a mental sport. It's about belief. It's about believing in yourself. It's about, you know, knowing that you can do what you can do and then getting the best out of everybody. You know, it's a, you know, no Floppy. You know, Floppy came into the World Cup with me and great rider, a big stage for Floppy. But man, did that guy step up? Let me tell you, that guy stepped up, and I have the greatest respect for him and Dino and the boys. And that at that time, it was brilliant. It was, I mean, we sat round, and we did. We shed tears. I'm sure Floppy won't mind me saying that, but we actually sat there in Denmark, and we were so emotional about it. The whole thing was so emotional. We sat around at a barbecue, charcoal, chucking metal on it, get it all going. But we sat around there. Such a huge bonding experience. I mean, it was, yeah, I've emotional. Like I say, I'm a sucker. I'm an old soft.
I am as well. I am emotional as well.
Times, yeah. Fantastic times.
Bearing your souls. Your souls.
Exactly. Yeah.
Neil. Was that Neil? No, not Neil. Colin Richardson just said Neil's enthusiasm is infectiously respected him, and he got the best from him.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Cole. You know what can I say, man? I mean, Lee was known him from a babe, you know, right through to the end, and had the greatest respect for him. I mean, Lee was a great little rider. JD loved him dearly, like his own son, and yeah, Lee was my rock in the World Cups. He was my rock in the World Cups. He was absolutely a points machine, and his enthusiasm again was absolutely outstanding. He just was. He was always there. He was. I think. You know, I mean, I don't know. The records probably never lie, but if you look back in those years when I was team man, Lee was the top scorer for me. He was absolutely solid, rock solid.
Especially even when you went to Poland and these sorts of places, he was.
Yeah. Lee was out there. He knew what was going on. It was brilliant.
You know, loved him down at Swindon as well. Loved him down there. Glenn Cunningham just said, I wrote to Neil when I was about 9-10 years old asking for sponsorship. He was the K&N man. To be fair, he replied and sent me a load of stickers. So as a 10-year-old, I was over the moon. Hope you're well. Love that,
I'm good, mate. Yeah, I'm good. I've still got some K&N stickers if you want them.
Yeah. You don't love a sticker, Neil?
Yeah. I've got them everywhere.
Oh, I love stickers. Still love stickers. I have to get Glenn on as well. Liked him at Swindon as well. Kevin's just put, I hear Scott's got a 30-year testimonial next year. Can you shed any light on it and where he's having it?
Scott.
Do you mean Nichols?
Nichols?
Has he been 30 years in the British Speedways. Yeah, I suppose he's getting on a bit now. I don't know how long.
Yeah, possibly. 30 years, Mario.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
Kev, you'd have to sort me out on that one because I'm not too sure.
Yeah. After. What about the your one-off World Finals or the GP? What do you like?
Yeah, I mean, it's a difficult one, isn't it? I mean, I think the road to a world final back in my day was tough. It was tough. It was a tough, hard. The qualifying rounds. The British final, intercontinental finals. It was tough. It was a very tough road. Grand Prix, yeah, I think it's over a season, isn't it? I think it may be because Dave Jessup will probably echo my sentiments on this one because lose one race, Jubilee clip, bang, lost the world final. That's what happens. Whereas the Grand Prix, it's over a season, and you've got to maintain that over the years. Smarslick at the moment. I mean, he's just a machine at the moment, isn't he? I think. But yeah, I think the one-off. Do I prefer the one-off or do I prefer the Grand Prix? If I'm honest, probably Grand Prix. I think because it shows the rider over the whole season who is the best rider. Whereas things can happen in a one-off world final and one bad race and you've lost it, and it was tough. It was such a tough place to get to. The world final was so hard. I mean, it's tough now. It's tough to get the Grand Prix, isn't it? It's tough. The Aussie boys have got a lot of rounds to go through. The Brits, it's tough. It is tough, but the cream comes to the top, doesn't it?
Have you kept any bikes or got any of your levers, race jackets? Got any of that?
I sleep in them every night. Yeah, I've still got my old Wesley. I've got my Wesley. It's one Michael Lee did for me. It's called the Porcupine, which Michael cut all the fins off and are very famous from the TSR school. And I've still got I've got a set of leathers. I've got body colours. I think I've got that body colour there in the picture in the background. A few helmets. I've kept stuff and everything. Yeah, I've still got a few bits and pieces. Kept my last bike. Which is what you do, isn't it? It's all part of. Do I sell it? Not really. I don't want to sell it. It doesn't matter. Hasn't got a price on it.
No, for sure. Special memories. Andy Hobbs has just put. Hey, Andy, he's put me and Neil put roofs over riders' heads, having them around the house.
I've got riders here every night. I got speedway people here. Most of the nights, so obviously Ben and Zach here, but it's a speedway hotel. I mean. The guy, a lot of people hopefully watching tonight will know have all been here, stayed here, lived here over the last 30, 40, 50 years. It's a speedway house. It's always been a speedway. Anybody speedway always welcome at the Bailey House. I used to do bed and breakfast. I do bed and breakfast. I do bed now so much for the riders because I've got to work. But all speedway boys, they want somewhere to lay their head to do their bike. I can sort that for you, man. I've got workshops here. I've got pressure washers here. Any speedway people are always welcome here. That's always the way it's been. It's people phone up and say, "Oh, did you do bed and breakfast?" I said, "No, how do you know?" And they say, "Speedway." Okay, you can come and stay.
Yeah, that's nice. That's really nice. So when you won the British Under-21 champion, was it 75?
75, yeah.
75. What was your memories of that?
I tell you, it's funny because Canterbury. I was with my dad. My dad was there, and there was a guy called Paul Aram was there, and he came up to me and he said, "Oh, are you any relation to Steve Middleditch?" I went, "Yeah, I'm his brother," and he was Mark Aram's dad, and he was his commanding officer in Northern Ireland. So it's a funny thing to remember. It's not about racing, but yeah, no, it was a good night. Yeah. Did I get lucky? Joe had a few problems that night. Joe.
Just lost you there, Neil. Hopefully, going to end threes.
Okay, we're back.
Oh, we're back.
Yeah. I mean, it was a. I always remember Canterbury. It always seemed very dark. The track seemed very dark. The lights were not great at the place, but yeah, it was a great night. I've got the picture on my wall here. Yeah, got all those pictures up on wall. Where are we? Can you see it? Oh, where are we? Oh, That's all the pictures up there. All me Speedway Star front cover.
There's that picture. There's the picture I got in the background there on that.
Yeah, that's right.
As well. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, yes. It was the front cover of the Star. Where is it? Hang on, where can we see it?
Yeah, just there.
I can't see.
Yeah.
Yeah. The JD's taking effect.
I'll definitely have to stop by one time and come and have a look, Neil. I'd be like a kid in a sweet shop.
Always welcome. Come and see.
I'd be like a kid in a sweet shop there for sure.
Shrine.
Yeah, I would. I'd love it. I'd love to have a look around there. What about injuries over the years, Neil? What injuries did you have over the years that held you back?
I was pretty lucky, to be fair, if I'm honest. I mean, you got bouncers and breakers. You got bouncers and breakers. I tend to be a bit of a bouncer. Had some pretty. If I'm honest, shoulder blade, foot, hand, had a kidney injury when I was younger at Eastbourne. But I was pretty lucky, to be fair. I mean, I took some pretty heavy falls over the years. But, obviously my mum gave me a lot of milk when I was a kid because my bones were strong.
Calcium,
Other guys, you just have to look at them and they break a leg. And that was the thing. I mean, I think, I was pretty lucky. I was pretty lucky, and a lot of riders were not as lucky, and sadly, things happen. But we all know the risks. We all know the risks. But it's like the last week Darcy's been down and stay upset with the boys, and you think they look at Darcy the way he is now, and he's still Darcy. Don't get me wrong, but we get on with it. You don't. My wife said to me, "Oh, how does the rider look at Darcy?" Like, hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. We all know the risks. It's it's one of the things that we all do. We do it because we love it, and it's our life, isn't it? It's what we do.
Yes, Kevin, he is. I think you are trying to go to Cardiff. I think, can't you? If you can.
I said it earlier on. Hopefully, if I can if the wife lets me go. I normally go on the Friday to the walkout and have a couple of shandies there, and then sort of come back on the Sunday. But hopefully, I think we'll go up with Darcy on the Saturday and just come back after that because I've got to work on Sunday.
If you need to get off, Neil, we can always do another one another time if that's all right with you.
As long as I've got JD, I'm happy.
All right, okay, we'll keep going then. Did you do any of the
people are getting bored? We'll go.
No, no one's getting bored. We're just, I just want to make sure that you're not missing out on your barbecue food or anything. If you did you do any of the indoor stuff, Neil? What did you think of that?
The only indoor meetings I did out in Munich. I did out in Munich and in Munich in the Olympic Hall. It was on wood. We used to ride on wood.
Yeah,
that was fun. And that I think Wiggy was there, me and JD, and that was when after Munich we used to drive down to Austria and go skiing to a guy called Tony Palotto, who some of you may know, Austrian guy who did a lot of stuff out there, and I always stayed at his place, and that was where I met my wife Susie. How romantic!
Oh yeah,
I know, but that the indoors, that was the only one I did really. I think Nielsen was riding there, Hans Nielsen was riding there, but I didn't do any of the Bournemouth or the Brighton banana or the Brighton thing. I didn't go when I was riding, but yeah.
Who have Paul got tomorrow night? Kevin's asking.
Where are we tomorrow? Oh, Glasgow. Yeah.
Interesting. What's your thoughts on that match then?
Yeah, we should spank their bottoms. We need to spank their bottoms. They've got a couple of changes in there, but I never underestimate anybody. I never underestimate. Cheers, Darren. Never underestimate. And it's Midler, you should beat these guys tonight. And I go, never ever do I underestimate any speedway team, speedway rider, because everybody on their night can have a good one. And that's I have the greatest respect for anybody we race against, any rider we race against. So never take it for granted. Never.
Glenn's just saying about the one-off. He said the one-off world final was magical, though. It goes both ways, but not always the best rider won, which made it amazing. The GP is great also, though, but personally, one-off world final for me, but the GP does produce the best rider over the course of the year.
Yeah, I think you're right, mate. I do agree with that. But how do you feel? You've won your first 4 rides and you're leading your last one. and you pack up, and you're packing up when you're in first, aren't you? You never pack up when you're in last place, and I think that the Grand Prix do sort of sort the best rider because it's over a series of meetings, and it's a consistent rider, and I think it is. You can go back many, like Jersey Suzuki who won it when he beat Major. Yeah, should he have won it? Yeah, okay, he won it on the day, but would he have won over the season? No, I don't think he would have done. But look at Big T and Crumpy and those boys. Yeah, you got to keep all that shit together for a whole season, and that's the thing. You've got to keep it together for that whole season, and then if you do that, you were a champion. And I think that's the fairest way because you're racing different tracks, different riders. Not different riders so much. A couple of wild cards, but you're racing different tracks, and that is definitely. I think the Grand Prix is probably fairer. Do I say that?
Yeah, probably fair.
No, but I think it is.
I suppose maybe the atmosphere, the tension was probably better for those one-off because everyone built up to it for the year.
I was there. Pennell won it. I mean, Wembley. What a great atmosphere. 90-odd thousand people there. The lights go down. Just the track is lit. You don't get that atmosphere like that. I mean, it is superb. It is. There is nothing better than that. And I've been to every World Final in Wembley since I was a kid, and it's just great. It was, the one-offs were fantastic. I mean, actually, my bike made a World Final at Wembley. Not me, but my bike did because Scott had it as a spare. Yeah. Yeah. As a spare. I never did it, but
Yeah,
I'll take that.
That's a claim,
Happy days.
That's a claim. Jonathan's just put here Plymouth 36, Glasgow 46.
Yeah, I know. Not unexpected, to be fair. Yeah, I mean, that'd be fun. Well, what's respect? Well, I'm not going to say I don't say it because the JD is kicking in. I'm not going to say it's a done conclusion because, like I said earlier, I do not underestimate anybody, and they'll give us a run tonight.
That'd be interesting. If I had to push you, Neil, who would you say were the 3 best riders that you ever rode with in your career?
In the team with me?
Yep. Or
Michael Lee, for sure, Scott Autry, and I don't know, JD, Malcolm Simmons. JD obviously because he's like my brother. Yeah. But Michael Lee certainly. I mean, a precocious talent. Great guy. Loved him to pieces. I was in the race that finished his career, but there we go. But yeah, I think and Sam. How do you put me on that spot like that? Sam Malenko. I mean, the guy came over here to the UK, came here to live with me, and I've got pictures of me looking back for Sam Malenko. I mean, come on, Midlow. Sam Malenko, world champion, Midlow. He's not sad. Yeah, I mean, I've been to ride with so many great riders and have so many great riders as my friends. What do you say? I mean, it doesn't get any better. Doesn't get any better.
That's a good one from Kevin. He's put the best and the worst changing rooms.
Best and worst changing rooms. Oh, God, there was some awful ones. I mean, I could tell you some stories about the changing rooms as well. But Paul used to have a great, because it was an old football club. We used to have a bath in like a massive red bath. So you would kind of hope that because in those days we had the 13 heats, second half, and if you didn't make the final, you get a clean bath. By the time you got into, if you got to the final, you could sort of step on the top of the bath without falling into it. It was disgusting. It was horrible. Best change. I can't think best change. I can't think of any that were great. To be fair, they're all pretty shit.
What about now?
Now, Paul's are still pretty shit. To be fair, they're not the greatest. I mean, they don't. I mean, I don't really go in the changing rooms. To be fair, I sort of sit in the pits.
All right, yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Frank's just said, who was the hardest Dane to beat? There's a few of them.
All of them. Yeah, but my claim to fame is in the was it yeah, but the World Under 21s, I beat Eric Goodness and Hans Nielsen.
Oh.
And I think Finn Jensen won the meeting. Kevin Jolly, Ipswich was second. I was third, and that was in Lanigo. And then, but yeah, they were all tough. I mean, the Danes are programmed, aren't they? They're all very programmed to do well. They're all very programmed to do well. But
very professional.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, I knew Gundy. I knew Gundy before he came to the UK. I raced against him in the World Under 21s in a place called Rodenbach in Germany. And I remember he sat in his big Mercedes van, sitting there puffing his cigarettes. But yeah, I've been friends with Gundy before he came to the UK.
Nice. David's just said, how's Keaton and Gemma? Did you want Keaton to ride? Personally, I'm happy my boys didn't fancy it.
That's Keaton is my son and Gemma's my daughter.
Yep.
Yeah. Keaton, I gave him bikes. Yeah, flops. I gave him bikes. Didn't push him. Didn't want to push him. It's funny because now he's great friends with Ben and Zach, and Darcy came over, today, and it was. He kind of said, "Oh, I wish I'd ridden," but I didn't want to push him. And he didn't take to it, but he's great friends with the boys and everything. So he's a good part of the Speedway now. He enjoys it.
Who were the riders back in the day when you were racing that you had to have eyes in your back of your head? You didn't really like riding with them. Wouldn't want to be on the outside of them, that type of thing. Who were those guys then?
Back in those days, most people were pretty good, to be fair. There was any loose cannons out there. I don't want to cast aspersions on anybody, but no, I don't think. I think we all had respect for each other. I think, I think sometimes now these days I watch Polish. I mean, they're double hard. They're double hard. Some of the boys. I mean, they are, and guys that you don't really know, who because in Poland it can be such a great. Scorchy, shut up, Scott. It can be such a way out to be a superstar in Poland. So they will go absolutely gung ho to beat you, and you're thinking, "Who's this guy beating me? Who's this guy beating?" They're absolutely. They just go for it. They just go for it. Scorchy.
Slope bed. If you could give,
he's talking. What Scott's talking about is when I had a Pooch Maxi 50cc moped, which I ripped the baffles out of the exhaust, so the thing would do like 40 miles an hour, which was meant to do at 30, and Scott, I threw him on that. Sorry about the vape, guys. I know. Healthy.
No, you carry on. No, you carry on with the vape, mate. Prefer the vape than the fags. If you could give good advice to any youngster out there who wants to become a pro speedway rider, what would your advice be to those guys? Enjoy
it, because say some of the young guys, as I say, I think I said it earlier on, enjoy it. Just enjoy it. I see them sit in the pits and they've got their head in their thing. Enjoy it. Just enjoy it. You are doing the thing that you want to do in your life. Be happy and absolutely enjoy it, because so many people would love to do what you're doing for a living.
Yep.
Just enjoy it, because it's a fun. In any sport, whether it's speedway, which is what I'm involved in, but whether it's whatever, just have fun, enjoy it. Don't be sad. Just absolutely enjoy the best. Audrey, get off. Just enjoy it, because it's the finest years of your life, and I think that you need to look back and go, yeah, I had a good time. Like me, I wasn't the greatest rider in the world. Give it my best shot. End of my career. Did you give it your best shot, Miller? Yes, I did, and I enjoyed it immensely. Would I change anything? No. Maybe if I could have been better, I'd have been happier. But no, best fun of my life.
And it's still going off the track as well.
Yeah, it is. I love managing the boys. I mean, it's great fun to see a young rider come through, and do well. I mean, it's nice to work with riders who are enthusiastic. Don't sit in the pits with a face like a smacked ass. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself. It doesn't get any better than this. You're not working in a factory. You are racing motorcycles. You are traveling the world. You're having the best fun ever. Just do it. Enjoy it.
What do you think about these electric bikes? They're coming into Motocross and all that stuff. Do you think? I hope I'm not here now, Neil. Yeah, yeah,
Sharp pointy sticks in my eyes, because the whole thing is, people always say Speedway, the smell. Sadly, I've lost my sense of smell because of COVID, and I do miss that. I mean, I miss walking in the workshop and smelling. You know, Lee. You walk in the workshop, smell of the oil. That's it. I've lost that, unfortunately. But yeah, what do you say? Electric. I was just talking to Ben and Zach today about being able to practice at Paul. You can't do it because of the noise, but electric speedway. I don't think so. I'm sorry. I mean, sorry. I just don't think it's some people go, oh, Middleditch, don't be so-" Yeah, I'm old fashioned because I want to hear the noise. I want to hear the noise. I want to smell the art or capital M or whatever they're running these days. I just want that atmosphere. There's nothing better.
Well, I literally last week, Neil, I took pictures at Motocross, and there was one of these. I think they're called Varg or something. The Motocross bike, and it looked quick and all that and stuff like that. But when it went by me, and it was this like sort of scale-electric, like fizzy noise, and all you could hear was the suspension clunking, and all that. I was like,
no. I mean,
that's not cool.
It's like the Formula E or whatever it is. I mean, stick it out your bum. It ain't racing. It's. People go, oh, don't be so old-fashioned. Well, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm old-fashioned because I want to hear the roar of the engine. I want to hear the smell of the oil. I want to hear the smell. That's what Speedway. People always say, when they go to Speedway, oh, yeah, I love the smell. They always say, I love the smell of Speedway, and that's what it is. It's the atmosphere. Yeah. I mean, okay, we're in the 21st century now, and is that a good thing? I don't know. But end of the day, if you love Speedway, you love Speedway. Don't when I see people on Facebook and that slagging Speedway off and slagging people off, don't do it. You love the sport, you don't love the sport. Don't slag it off. You love it. Enjoy it. Yeah. Enjoy what it is.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you've seen this signing. I've heard about this young lad as well because I think he was a good motocrosser as well that's gone over to the Speedway. Mr. Shelsey has just said that Oxford signed that Ashton.
Yeah,
I don't know how you pronounce his. Yeah. Have you seen much of him, Neil? What do you think of him as a young prospect?
I happen to be fair, mate. I happen to be fair. But then you look at motocross boys like Stevie Worrell, Richie Worrell, Cookie, Craig Cook. Yeah. They've come across some. I mean, hey, Lee, your motocross.
Yeah.
Tough in motocross. Yeah. To earn money, you can come across the Speedway and you can earn. You can't earn fortune. Let's be realistic. We're not earning fortunes, but you can earn money. And I think motocross, you've got to be so special to earn money. Same as superbikes, stuff like that. You've got to be so special to earn money.
What's Scott saying about here?
Chaos John Carter. That is when Scott lived with me. That was a book we used to read, John Carter of Mars. We used to sit and read books, and that was what we used to do. Scott, you're weird, Autry. Go to bed.
Yeah, Barney's seen this Ashton. He's a good kid. I've heard he's been good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, there's a few good kids around, and say if they enjoy it, they love it. Happy days. But I just want to see smiley faces enjoying the racing. You have a bad race, pick yourself up. Forget it. Put it behind you. If my mum always she used to say to me, bless her, if worrying helps, worry about it. If it doesn't help, don't worry about it. Move on. And I say that race is done. Move to the next one. That's done. You can't change it. Make amends in the next race.
If I throw a few riders' names at you about what you thought of them as rider ability and all that sort of stuff as well. Gary Havelock?
Yeah, outstanding. Brilliant. I mean, absolutely brilliant. I mean, Northern lad, hardest nails, and absolutely was brilliant. I mean, I wasn't in the Javi era when he was riding. I don't think I did race against Javi very early doors when he was doing 6, and obviously racing against his dad Brian. But Javi, absolutely out and out, hardest nails. Yeah, great rider. Obviously, world champion. Don't get that much better, does it?
No. Chris and John Louis.
Yeah. Chris, didn't race with Chris.
John, I always remember John because I remember at Wembley, he had his black leathers and his bikes. I always remember his bikes were so immaculate. He had the chrome spokes which sparkled under the Wembley lights. And Chris was again a great rider. You know, brilliant rider, absolutely brilliant.
Moran brothers, Kelly and Sean.
What do you say? I met Kelly and Sean. I met Kelly and Sean Autry. You're still listening, in Huntington Beach, which is where Scott is from. And I always remember meeting Scott. Kelly and Sean. Sean was like vegan, you know, all very before they came to the UK. And Kelly was a wild child, as we all know. And but yeah, what a talent! What a talent! I mean, you know, went off the rails a little bit, a lot, but just phenomenal on a bike. Like you know, and I always like John Cook was another great friend of mine who lived here with me. Brilliant, absolute showman.
Yeah,
We didn't have that showmanship in the UK until the Americans came. I mean, Autry. I mean, he was boring because I hope he's listening. But
I was just about to ask you about him.
Yeah. But just the showmanship when they came over, just the whole American thing was brilliant for Speedway. You know, the whole UK USA thing was fantastic for Speedway. Fantastic.
Yeah, I really would like to speak to John Cook. Is he? How is he? Do you know? Have you ever spoke to him for a while?
The last time I saw Cookie, I went over to California when Scott got inducted into the Hall of Fame, and I bumped into him, and I got this. I mean, I've Cookie and I we've been mates for years, and he thought, "Hey brother, what's going on?" And I walked past him. I didn't recognise him to start.
Did you?
Yeah, literally. And Freddie, his son, was here for and was sort of the same age as mine. But I've got videos of Freddie, John's son, playing around my son Keaton and everything. But Cookie, he was a great. I mean, absolutely, what a showman. I mean, Cookie was just brilliant with his silver leathers, his zebra leathers, his skeleton. He was brilliant. Yeah, he was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, proper character, wasn't he? Kevin Johnson's just said, "Did Neil ever ride against your uncle Martin?" I don't know if you did or not. Neil?
No, I never had an Uncle Martin. I never had an Uncle Martin. Never had an Uncle Martin.
No, he's on about. I think he's on about. He goes, "Did he ever ride against my uncle Martin Ashby? Did you ever ride against him?"
Oh yeah, of course. I'm sorry. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Probably kick me ass. yeah. Mark was a legend. Yeah, he was a legend. Ran Swindon, wasn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, very good. What's Ellie said? What's your Ellie Norris is getting involved now? Oh, you're good, Ellie. She's put. What was your worst injury? Said he bounces well.
Ellie, I said earlier on, I was lucky. Shoulder blade. That was it. To be fair, broke my finger. Take kidney up. Nah, I was lucky, man. I was lucky. I had a few big offs, but didn't break too much, luckily.
So what about Scott Autry as a rider then?
Shit, absolute shit. Absolute rubbish. couldn't ride out of sight in the dark night. Scott was brilliant. And I tell you, I always remember the first time I ever met Scott. I'd been to Ivan Major's training school, and I came back, and my mum said to me, "There's an American who's going to be staying with us for a couple of weeks." So we walked into one room, and there's this guy sat about 3 foot from the television, and he's gone, "Hi, I'm Scott," and I've gone, "Yeah, okay, right." And he had this blonde hair, you know, and I thought, okay. And anyway, he stayed with us for a number of years, and he is my I have Australian children, brothers. Scott is my brother. He's my brother from another mother. He was an absolute. I mean, he applied himself so well. He took all the shit from the American authorities. Probably hampered his career a little bit, but you know he applied himself. He was so good. I mean, Scott was. I mean, his career through. He came through road racing. Then he went from speedway to bull riding, helicopter pilot. Car racer in America, you know. The guy, he was, and I love him. Yeah, I love him dearly, and we're still in touch. He's a bit old now, you know. He's a bit old now. So he's probably in bed by now, and it's only like I don't know.
I do love the fact he did a year at Swindon as well. I think it was it 1980, Scott? I think he did Swindon.
Yeah, Scott was absolute legend. I mean, he was. Yes, he was the sort of the trailblazer for all of the Americans, and I think I think when Scott first came out, it was like Mike Bass, she might be Steve Bass and Rick Woods who came over, and then some Knight who was at Swindon, and then Scott stuck it all out. You know, I mean, coming from California, coming over here trying to get. I always remember he said, "You did not make ice in England because he couldn't get ice in his drinks." No, drink because he's a sensible human being, but yeah, he was a trailblazer for all the Americans, and I think a lot of the Americans, you know, Bruce and those boys will say that Scott sort of paved the way, and yeah, he was a great man. Gave up way too early, but that was his choice, you know, probably, you know, but there we go.
Someone's just saying about that we should get Scott, and I have tried to ask Scott a few times.
Yeah, he's boring old. He's a boring old fart. You know, he's a boring old fart. You know, he's sat there with his slippers on, sipping his cocoa.
So I was just
get me and him on.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, is that how I can get him on? Is it? Bruce Pennell, Bobby Swartz.
Yeah, Boogaloo. Yeah, and Bruce. I mean, Bruce. I mean, I used to go. I used to stay at Scott's place most of the time, and then he sort of threw me out. So I went over and stayed at Bruce's place down at Newport Beach. Boogaloo, you know, a legend, you know, absolute legend. I mean, those guys were great. I mean, they brought the Razzmatazz into Speedway back in those days, and I think that was great for us because, you know, I'm not saying Speedway was boring in those days, but they kind of brought the Razzmatazz. They came in with all the flash leathers and everything, and it was good. It was good for Speedway. It was a great time for Speedway.
I've heard you couldn't mess around with Barney in the day. I've heard.
No, Barney, yeah. I don't know if I ever had a run in with you, Barney. I'm not sure, mate.
Yeah, not sure. What about, let's go, who else has been online tonight? Mr. Norris, let's go for Mr. Norris. We've already talked about him a bit, but we'll go. What about Dave Norris? We've spoke to him about a bit, but he was always good with you, Team GB, you said, anyway.
Yeah. No, say, you know, Dave came in through, you know, he won't mind me saying this, but through injuries and that, but, you know, he stepped up to the plate and was absolutely brilliant. I mean, going back to what I said a moment ago, passion, and he had passion by the absolute bucket load. And as a manager, you cannot ask any more.
Yeah. What about Simon Wigg?
Yeah, Wiggy. Yeah, what do you say, Wiggy? Yeah, great man, great friend. Used to go jet skiing together. I mean, obviously, I'm never in the same class as Wiggy, but a lovely guy, Wiggoy. Yeah, he was lovely. The Wigmeister. He was a lovely man. Absolutely, always had a smile on his face. Yeah, and what a legend in every discipline. You know, grass, speedway, whatever. He was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Proper. I had him on the other night. What about Marvin Cox?
Cocker. Yeah, Cocker. Yeah, love Cocker. Didn't have a lot, obviously managerial, whatever, but yeah, great friend, and loved a legend at Poole. Everybody loved him at Poole, and he was a lovely guy. Oh, he's a lovely guy.
Sounds like you did something here. Oh, that's what Barney was on about earlier when he was right. I wonder what he was going on about. He said something about his wrist.
Did I break your wrist, Barney? I don't remember that. I do
apologize. You did. You broke my wrist, and I hold no grudge.
Actually, do you know what? I do remember that. Shit, when was that? I do remember that. Yeah. Can't remember what year, because, you know.
I'm sure Barney remember then if he broke his wrist.
Yeah. He's going to come down and punch me. See you at the WSOA, mate. I'll buy you a drink.
Yeah. I was going to say, you must have got away with that one then.
Yeah, Jesus, yeah. You don't want to mess with Barney. If you see him running across the pit, you run like.
Yeah. That's brilliant. Yes, Ivan Major, obviously.
Sorry, mate, lost you there.
Ivan Major, you had a few good races with him. We've seen you in front of him quite a few times tonight, haven't we?
I wouldn't say a few good races. You're flattering me, mate. You're flattering me. I think, you know, Ivan was you know, again, like I was saying about Scott with the Americans. I mean, Ivan was a trailblazer with his professionalism, and then you moved on to sort of the Tony Ricardson era where he took it to the next level. You know, you go to the Grand Prix and you couldn't get in there unless you had a motorhome. You know, Tony would have hospitality. You know, then AJ and Nicky Pedersen and Lee Adams, and then you'd have Mark Laram with Norrie, bless him. You know, and Norrie would always be like motorhomes 2, you know, Ford, yeah, Mercedes 3. You know, he would love it. But it was a great time. I mean, they had the motorhomes. It brought it to a new level, didn't it? It brought it to a new level. Apparently,
it was Eastbourne and the last bend.
Sorry, mate. I do apologise for that one. I was young and foolish. What can I say?
What year was that then, Barney? Can you remember what year that is? You didn't forget that one, obviously, has he?
Eastbourne, it's got to be like 75, 74, 75. Yeah, 75 would be last year at Eastbourne, and I'm 76. Yeah, moved to Poole.
That been you Canterbury then, Barney? Was it then? Was it Canterbury?
Yeah, we hated Canterbury. We hated Canterbury.
Hated Canterbury.
Well, I hated Barney and Les because they had longer hair than me.
yeah. My mum told me about it. I've seen the pictures, obviously, as well, where I got the thing out. I think everyone had long hair then, didn't they? That was the thing them days.
I mean, I think somebody should do a book. You know, I mean, I said to Mike Patrick many years ago, you should do. I think there was a book out like footballers' haircuts. You should do speeder runners' haircuts. There's some good work there.
Yeah.
You know, mine is ridiculous. In fact, my son Keaton, he has a mullet now, which is absolutely brilliant. And then Javi with the dreads and all the haircuts. It'd be brilliant to do a speeder runners' haircuts. It'd be funny.
Yeah. What a bloody good rider Per Johnson was as well. What a shame what happened as well.
Yeah. I mean, Per, again, way out of my class. I mean, way better than me. But, you know, we obviously still in touch with the social medias and everything. But, yeah, a great rider, you know. And, yeah, sadly, you know, shit happens with Speedway, doesn't it? But, yeah, an absolute legend.
Kevin's just said, where is Davey Watt these days? I think he's back in Aussie, isn't he?
He's back in Oz. He's working. He's got his new family now out there. I'm still in touch with Waddy, obviously, because he lived here with me for a few years. But yeah, I'm still in touch with Davey.
Yeah, he did a video for Floppy as well. I don't know if you saw that, Kevin, but
yeah, I did.
He did a video as well. So Barney's put, might be, that's racing. About time someone got me.
Yeah, that'd be right.
Classic. What about who's going? Phil Collins. I'm trying to get in on as well. He lives in America, doesn't he? As well.
Yeah, Phil does. Yeah. Phyllis. Yeah, he makes a lot of rocking horses now.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah,
he does great work. Yeah. Phil was a character. Yeah, he was a great character. Went out to California, plied his trade out there. Yeah, loved it out there, and he's remained out there.
I love Neil Collins as well. I don't know where I haven't seen anything of him lately.
No, I haven't. It's funny because I've still got the picture. Actually, I've got a picture of my leathers against Neil's leathers. Big Neil, little Neil, because Neil was tiny. I was quite tall. I was very slim, obviously. And I got a picture of Big Neil and Little Neil. Leathers.
I love it. I used to love even when he came to Swindon when we were in the lower league later on, he still had his handkerchief around the neck and
the scarf. Oh, we went the scarves. That was it. We had to have the scarves trailing in the wind. Looked great.
Yeah, that's it. It did. Yeah, it did look. It looked good as well. What about Psycho Simon Cross?
Crossy. Be honest, never raced against Crossy. I don't think. Known him obviously since I stopped racing, but yeah, a great rider. I mean, certainly a fantastic rider. I mean, never really, don't think I really ever crossed swords with him, to be fair.
Collins just come on and said about when we were kids at Eastbourne, we all had Cortinas with the bikes on the back.
Yeah,
driving down the M1.
Oh yeah, I had the 1725 GXL to start with, then graduated to 2000E with the spoiler and the vents on the back windows and the furry back seats. Yeah. An 8-track stereo. Still got me 8 tracks, Cole. Still got me 8 tracks. Passing tape to each other through the window. Yeah, I've still got me 8-track tapes over there.
Wow, awesome. Love that.
Paul Gachet, he had the first quadraphonic 8-track stereo. That was absolutely the tip.
Yeah, I love that. Paul's just put, if you're talking about hard riders from Neil's day, Colin Goody was at Paul. I think he had a few riders pinned up against the wall after the races.
Yeah, Joe, as he was affectionately known. Yeah. Yeah, he was. You know, you talk about hard men in speedway. Yeah, Joe was a hard man. I was in the crash that finished his career. He was. Yeah, Finn Jensen was in front. I think I was second. It was second half race actually.
Was it?
And Colin came through, absolutely drilled me, trying to get the Finn, and that was when Colin broke his neck then, and that basically finished his career then. But yeah, Colin was a great friend of my dad's. They used to go out riding on the vintage bikes every Sunday. But yeah, he was a hard man. You know, the riders will know that 3-spring clutch, 6-spring clutch. The 6-spring clutches were a lot lighter. The 3-spring clutches were quite a lot harder to screw in. Colin used to run a 6-spring with 3-spring clutch springs in it, so like it was double hard. But he could make some starts.
Yeah, Jesus. Sounds like I won't be able to pull it in.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who this is, but it's got to be someone in your house, I reckon. The Cook brothers have eaten the lobster, prawns, and the steak, but Susie has left a couple of sausages in the fridge.
Yeah. That'd be something. Who would that probably my son actually. I don't know. Yeah. Bastards have eaten me tea.
I said to you, you're going to probably lose out on that. Colin Smith just said a hard rider, tough as nails, was Alan Wilkinson as well.
Yeah, Wilkie. Yeah, I toured Australia with Wilkie when we were in Australia. Funny enough, in the test team there, and it was always, I always remember that tour because it was sort of like Dougie Wire, PC, and Wilkie from up north, and there was like me, JD, Chalky White, and Gordon Kennett, and so it was north-south divide. Wilkie was tough. Didn't like us Southerners, but I really warmed to Wilkie, and he was a lovely man. As you say, hardest nails, but but a lovely guy.
Someone's mentioned Bernie Lee.
Yeah, Bernie. Yeah, good old Bernie Lee. I think I always used to call him. Yeah, I remember Bernie at Reading. Yeah, raced with him a few times.
Mr. Shells put, Midlow, you are a legend. I will be cheering them Aussies on tomorrow. What do you think the score will be tomorrow?
Yeah, we're going to spank them. Yeah, it's a tough one. I never underestimate anybody we race against, and I think Glasgow are coming there tomorrow. They got a good team. But one race at a time. But we'll be giving it our best shot.
So that is actually at Poole tomorrow, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. What time's the tapes up then, Midler?
7:30.
7:30.
Yeah, 7:30.
Yeah, don't be late.
Yeah.
What about what do people do if they want to get tickets in? Do they go on the Poole website, is it?
Yeah, you can go on Poole website, or you can just rock up. There's
they can pay on the night as well.
Yeah, of course you can. Yeah.
There you go. What about Chris Morton?
Yeah, Chris Moore. Yeah. More again. It's all the north and the south, but yeah, more again. Better at my league, way better rider than me, but a lovely guy, and I'm still in touch with Moore and have fond memories of Moore. And he's a good man, good manager. Good man, but tough times when they brought the Bellevue to the National Speedway Stadium. But things happen.
Yeah. I've got Collins just said, I always remember the first time at Bailey House when Neil's mum used to dress up and act like the village loon. She was great at scaring the life out of the newbies to the house.
Yeah, my mum, bless her. Yeah, she used to dress up in this. She was called Ruth, which is known throughout the speedway world. She put like set of 14 2 sets of glasses. She'd come in the house and frighten the shit out of everybody. She'd be stealing stuff, and nobody was polite enough to say like go away. And it's, we had. I remember Bruce Cribbs cycling. Arnie Haley from Sheffield riding down the stairs on a push bike, and Bruce Cribbs jumping out of a window. There was crazy times. It was funny, but my mummy. When Mum first dressed up as that, I didn't even know it was my own mum.
It was that good.
Yeah,
that's brilliant. That's brilliant. Oh, classic. What about Calvin Tatum?
Kelv, not really had a lot to do with Kelv. Racing wise, obviously that short for that picture earlier. Raced with him in Prada Beats, but great respect for him as a commentator on Speedway, and it really kind of pisses me. I shouldn't say that really, but the JD's kicking in. People criticize. How do you talk 20 times about the same 4 riders going around? there's only so many euphemisms you can use about it. I think he does a fantastic job. I think he does an absolutely fantastic job. He's so knowledgeable, and I have a great respect for him for that, because it's a tough thing to commentate, say the same thing every minute, and I have the greatest respect for him. And as a rider, brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
And like you said, I think you've got to have the respect as well. Obviously, what happened, as we know, and then he had to sort of pretty much take over the reins of it. It must have been difficult for him to do that.
Yeah,
at the time.
yeah. I mean, the loss of Scoop, Nigel was an absolute tragedy. I mean, those two were great. They were, such a great team, but Kel's still flying the flag, and with Chris and people who help him along is absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, really cool as well. Who else do I have written down that I wanted to ask you about? What about Andy Smith?
Smudger, yeah. Again, like Javi, heart on his sleeve, absolutely.
Yeah.
The GP Challenge champion, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
he sort of, when at the Grand Prix, you get two or three rides, and poor old Smudger, he'd have a couple of rides and be at the meeting, but they stick him in the GP Challenge, he'd smash it. And but yeah, just absolutely Lionheart, respect.
even when I know it was just like home track and stuff like that, but even when he won like them 3 British finals and stuff like that was in the bloody good riders then, wasn't it? It was hard to win a British final.
He was a legend. Smudger was a legend, absolute legend. I mean, he was absolutely brilliant. I mean, he would just when it can't really pull it out.
Yeah. He just put, Kevin's just said, I hope Ben and Zach are in bed. They have a meeting tomorrow. Sounds like they've ate Neil's tea.
Yeah, I think you have. So I'll just stay on a liquid one. I'll just do me liquid one. Another tea.
Oh, hello.
I can't believe I had no ice. Oh, actually, I'm
And
out of Coke.
Okay. They must have been looking on it, so they didn't even bother bringing the ice.
I know. Absolutely useless Aussies.
Not good. What would it, obviously you've won so many league titles. I know they're all special to you for sure, but is there any that stand out in your memory more than others?
Obviously the first one's great, but then I think I can't remember what year it is, but when Greg came in, and I think we were sort of struggling to get in the playoffs, and then Greg Hancock had finished it in Poland, and I think it was a GP, and Matt said to me, have a word with Greg. I've known Greg for a long time. He said, have a word with Greg, see if he'll come and do the last few meetings for us. And so I went up to Greg at the Grand Prix and said, hey, listen, man, how do you fancy riding for Paul? We're struggling to get the playoffs, but it'll be a few meetings for you. And he said, I've never won the league title. I said, okay. I said, I'll tell you what, Greg, I will win the league title with you. And he went, okay. And we did. So that was probably one of the most memorable ones. Yeah. As far as an incident, but they're all special. They're all special, mate.
Would it mean a lot to you, obviously, if you could do it this year?
It means a lot to me if I do it everybody said, do you want to keep doing it, Middle? I said, of course I do. I want to win. I'm a winner chicken dinner. That's what I want to do. I just want to win the league. It's in me, isn't it? It's in me. I'm pulled through and through, and I don't do this because I want to participate. I do it because I want to win, and I want to win all the time. And sometimes it's like I've been to meetings when we've actually smashed a team, and I kind of think, I kind of feel sorry for the team that we smashed. But then I think, you know what, I'm in it to win it. I'm in it to win it, and that's what I want to do. And you have to put that kind of sentiment to one side, and just win it. Just win it.
A couple of the guys are on here bantering on the comments saying about there are obviously a few Oxford fans on.
Come on, come at me, boys. Yeah, listen, I'm going to know Oxford are a great team. They've done a great job. So I love riding for Oxford when I was there, and I love riding the Oxford track. And what they've done there at Oxford is absolutely brilliant. They've got a great team, and they're a bit like us. They've got a tremendous heat leader trio. But everybody needs to be firing. You cannot have a passenger, and we're the same. We're the same. We've got a good team, but everybody needs to be firing. And I think over 2 legs, it's a tough one. It's a tough one, man. It's a tough one. I think, Oxford spanked our asses up there a little while ago, and then we spanked their asses down here. So it's you know, I'm not saying Oxford and I are going to be in the final. I'm not saying we're going to be in the final, but if it gets down to us too, I think it would be a good competition. But they say there's other teams who've got a say in it.
Yep. So Gary's just said, did you like Exeter's track as well?
I did. It kind of frightens you as a 17-year-old. It kind of frightens you when you're going down that back straight and you think, shit, this fence is like solid steel. But the problem at Exeter is people say, oh, it was that dangerous. It was dangerous. The problem with Exeter is particularly if you're in front, if you crashed and you hit the fence, you bounce in front of everybody, and then everybody ran you over. That was the problem. You know, the air fences, they're brilliant. You know, we had chain link. I'm not saying, oh, you know, back in the old days when we were harder, we weren't harder. We just did what we did. That was what we did, and I think Exeter was and you know, Scott was brilliant around there, but there was loads of good riders who came to Exeter and that were absolutely shit scared of the place.
Yeah. Apparently, it did my uncle good when he went there because he didn't want to go there. Apparently, because obviously when the average things come in and all that, when they had Briggs and Kilby and all that, and he went there and ended up really enjoying it. And of course, like you said, if you do well as a home rider there, and of course the away riders don't really fancy it or whatever, you do well out of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I say about any track when you race a track, when they say the boy Speedway, the harder you ride it, I'm sorry to say motocross, whatever, the harder you ride the place, the better ride you get. If you come in and you get off the gas a little bit, you know, it's like when you're driving a car, you get off the gas, the thing goes straight. Speedway's the same. If you get off the gas, you can go straight. The harder you ride it, the better ride you will get.
I remember that was saying as well. Was it attack the track or it attack you?
Exactly right. Yeah. And that's right. You know, if you've got big balls, you'll do well.
Ricky, I love that. Win or crash trying to win.
Yeah, I know. Absolutely, mate. Yeah, 100% right, mate. And that's it. That's what you do at Speedway. Yeah.
Who'd you fancy for Cardiff then?
I don't know. It's Ty's on it at the moment. And he can ride the indoors. But it's tough to look past Bartek, isn't it? Tough to look past Marslick, to be fair. And I think I don't know what the track's going to be like at Cardiff, but you know, it can be very unpredictable. It can cut up and rut up, and you know who's got the biggest kahunas will win. But you got to make the start there, man. You got to make the start, and it's could you know, there's any I mean, Freddie, he's tough. He can ride it. He's ridden it loads of times.
Oh. Freeze. Battery, internet, food break. Scott Nichols still gets my support when Oxford come to pool. Once a pool rider, always a pool rider. Somerton Park at Newport. Ask him that. Don't know if he can come back on. I'm not sure. I thought it was his battery earlier, but I don't think it was his battery. I was just about to ask him something about the team management. I just wanted to know before we go. Hopefully he'll come up. Middleditch track. Let's see if he's going to manage to come back. I can ask him that one more thing I was going to ask him about the managing. Yes, I wouldn't mind going to that, Mr. Shells. That's on a Friday night, isn't it? I'm not sure if I'm going to Cardiff yet. I was thinking about asking Amanda Castagna if he could do me any favours of any sort. Never asked before, but I thought I might try my luck. Sit me on the reef somewhere or something at Cardiff would be good. So if I've got the money to go, so. But yeah, I've never been to the pairs meeting either, so that's on the Friday, isn't it, at Oxford, apparently. So what's that? Date's that? Is that the one where Cox was on about going? Yeah, it's on the Friday the 1st, isn't it? That's right. Yeah, and then Cardiff's on the 2nd. I think, because I think a lot of legends on about talking about. I think Marvin Cox I had on the other night, and a few other riders are talking about going there, aren't they? On the Yeah, Friday the 1st, is it? Okay, Shelsey, I've got to got a few. Mike, my man, how's it going? Hope you're good, buddy. Yeah. See what Midlow's doing. I don't know. I just said to him, I don't know if he can come on and say goodbyes. I'm going to. Sounds like he needs to get some tea. I got to get some tea as well. I don't know if he's going to come on and say goodbyes and that. Oh, here he is. Might be able to come on and say some byes. Here he is. Is he here? Use that again. I have to use the phone again. Is it? Oh, okay. Well, thank you. Much love. Thanks for doing this, Neil. Really appreciate it, mate. If you can hear us, much love to you, my man. And I'll have to come and visit you soon. I'd like to come and visit you for sure. And maybe come and take a meeting in or something and come and see you. That'd be really cool. Much love to you, my friend. And thank you very much for doing that. I really loved it. Much love to you, my man. Neil Middleditch, what a ledge. What a ledge. Mr. Middleditch. That was super cool. Sounds like his phone's done. Shame he couldn't have the old laptop. Sorry, I think he was on the PC, but hope you're good, Scott. What a legend you were, by the way. Hopefully, if you ever want to do one of these one day, I'd love to have you on. That'd be a real honour to get you on. Super cool. I speak to Brian Burford quite a lot, and we chat about you quite a bit. Yeah, this intelligence, very bright guy. Yeah, he's proper passionate as well, isn't he, as we can all see. Thanks, Gary. Yes, 100%. Oh, so Barney's going on the 1st as well. I don't know if you saw that the other night, Barney, when Cocker was on. He was talking about trying to get down there. He hasn't been to Oxford for a while. He was on about going down there on the 1st. And I think Andy and Jill Graham said that they were going to try and get down there. So sounds like it could be a nice little reunion on that Friday, doesn't it? You going to Cardiff as well, Barney? You going to Cardiff as well, buddy? Yeah, I hadn't really thought about Cardiff. I went last year. It was only the second time I've ever been to Cardiff. And you think, well, all the years that we've been there, that was only the second time I've been to Cardiff. Ever. I think the first time I saw Greg Hancock win, like way back. But it was obviously cool to see a British man win. With Bewley winning only the second time I ever went last year. So that was pretty cool to be able to see that. So hopefully you can do it again. Be cool, wouldn't it? How much are your hats, Lee and Top? They're normally 25, mate, but I'll sort you out. Oh, you're going to Torren, are you? Sue's already in Cardiff. Hey. Going to Torren, are you? Going to one of them cheeky little Polish trips. That'd be good, wouldn't it? Was it last year you went on one of them, Barney? Because I was watching all your coverage and your photos and all that there. Was it last year you went to Poland? Or the year before? Not sure. But I was remember you going there. Very cool. Is Andy Graham going to be riding? No, this is basically a pairs meeting. Callum, there's a pairs meeting at pairs meeting for the, what do they call it now? Is it the championship? I keep forgetting because they keep changing the names of it, don't they? Is it the championship they call it now? Is it the championship? I've actually lost my bearings on that. Is it the premierships now? The elite league, the old elite league is now called the premiership, isn't it? And now is that called the championship? Or you might have to put me right on that one. Don't want to get that wrong. Probably already have got that wrong. I thought it was a championship last time I remember looking. What is it, Chelsea? Is it the championship now? I don't know. But yeah, thanks everyone for coming on. Much appreciated. I'm going to go and get some tea as well. Looks like Neil's going to go and get the scraps of his. He's going to go and get the scraps as well, by the sounds of it, of his barbecue that the lads and then everyone's at. So yeah, much appreciated. Yeah, and the year. Yeah, and this year at Torrent, that's GP, a lot cheaper, 320. Whoa, that's good, isn't it? It's bloody good, isn't it? For 4 days and an apartment. I was going to say you wouldn't even get the cheapest hotel in Cardiff for that, for just for one night. I remember last year when I went with Kevin, my buddy, and we was in the cheapest budget hotel, and it was like 3 or 4 times as what it would normally be. Well, the next night it'd be like literally like nothing. It was like 50 quid, but it was like 200 and something quid or something for this poxy room that we were in. Mental, innit? It's a shame why they do that, innit? It's just annoying that they do that at Cardiff. That's the only problem with it, innit? Sue's put, oh, I'm not going to get my Barney hug in Cardiff this year. Thanks, Colin, buddy. Cheers, mate. And there's the lineup then, is it? Just put the lineup. Glasgow, Chris Harris and Basso, Paul, Richard Lawson, Ben Cook, Oxford, Sam Masters and Louis Kerr. How comes Nichols not in that then? Is that to do with the GP side of things? Edinburgh, Craig Cook and Josh Pickering. How do they pick the teams then? Is it on averages or do they just pick the two? Birmingham, Troy Batchelor, Justin Sedgman, Berwick, Leon Flint, Troy Everidge, Ryan Douglas, Jake Allen, Charlie Wright and Danny King. Oh, that's going to be a shit hot meeting, isn't it? That's strong all the way through, isn't it? It's going to be a good meeting, that as well, isn't it? Yeah. Why is that? Does anyone know? Is that to do with the Cardiff thing? Or obviously, I know he's going to be down there doing all the press stuff and all that, and for Eurosport and everything, which I can actually say I have now as well, doing that MXGP on Eurosport for Discovery Eurosport. That was really cool. Maybe one day I'll be able to get into Speedway. Yeah, 100% Barney. Thanks, mate. Thanks for coming on. Proper legend. Be good to see you. Hopefully sounds like we could be seeing each other soon then. Oh, it's a GP qualifier for Scott. That makes sense. Oh yeah, the qualifier, the qualifying you mean on the Saturday? They do the qualifying the day before. Yeah, cool. Get you now. I was like, GP qualifier as you go. Yeah, I thought he was. Thought that's what the reason was. Bit of a shame, isn't it? But Curris goes well as well, doesn't he? And they're sort of spearhead of their top three, aren't they? And down at Oxford, so especially Masters, who I did an interview with. If you want to check it out on my YouTube channel, he's been flying, isn't he? But like I said, just to let everyone know, I'm not doing Rick Miller this Thursday evening now because I'm at the Fox Hill Vets Motocross Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, and I thought I might have bitten off a bit too much with that, getting back and doing it all as well, because you have to do quite a lot of prep to sort all these out as well. So yeah, probably would struggle with that. So I've sorted out with Rick Miller. I'm going to do a week this Thursday now. So I believe it is going to be on the 31st of August. So a week this Thursday, I'll be doing Rick Miller. And then I'll let you know what I'm going to be doing next week and stuff like that and keep you all updated. So thank you very much for all coming around. Big love from me, big love from the old man. As he said, it's nice to be important, but it's important to be nice. Good night and God bless, and thanks for everyone coming on. Much appreciated, much love. Check out my YouTube channel, Motocross and Sphere Memories. Free to subscribe. It'd be really cool if you subscribed. That'd be ace. And you can check out all the recorded interviews from all the ones I did 2 or 3 years ago on Skype, and then all the live ones I've done as well. There's like hundreds on there now, so you can check them out in your own time, listen to them when you're working or do whatever you need to do. And yeah, you can check that out, Motocross and Spear Memories on YouTube. And plus I'm on the Twitter, Instagram, got a good Facebook group. Hopefully nearly going to get to 12,000 soon. If you guys in there can get inviting some friends and family that love the Speedway and Motocross, would be cool. You can go into my Facebook group. Love to get to my magic number, my old race number 12. So 12,000 would be really cool. Thank you, buddy. Thanks, Dave. And appreciate what you did, mate, as well. Thank you very much. Much love to you all. Good night and God bless. Ciao. Thanks, Sue. Much love.